just graduated from college. Someone who should have had a bright future like me ended up saddled with a massive debt of 7,000 RMB. My gambling-addicted father left behind millions in debt. My mother made blind investments, drained our final savings until we lost everything. And my gold-digger ex-girlfriend, seeing me hit rock bottom, instantly pivoted to dating a rich second-generation heir. The grandmother who loved me most suddenly fell severely ill. Though I ran around begging everywhere, in the end, she still left me. In just one short year, everyone turned their backs on me. All the debts piled up with compound interest, growing at a terrifying rate. This entire 7,000 RMB weighed heavily on my shoulders alone. I worked day and night without rest, juggling multiple jobs, but the debt only ballooned further. No matter how desperately I tried, I couldn't salvage anything. Even the people closest to me pushed me step by step into a corner. Yelin, stop sitting in there playing dead, over 500,000. Today, you have to give me an explanation. Yelin, look at how pathetic you are. Right from the start, I advised you not to take on their debts. Now look at this mess. You couldn't even save grandma, and you're drowning in debt. Living such a useless life now is just so embarrassing. Seriously, way too embarrassing. Pay up right now, or else I'll smash that old hag's ancestral tablet to pieces, and you give me 2 more days. Tomorrow, I'll pay you guys back. Please. I'm begging you, don't touch my grandmother's tablet. Detected that the host has been shackled by the chains of wealth for a long time. Conditions met to bind the system. Wealth preservation and counter-attack system. Binding successful. System rules. The host will use personal capital on non-profitable expenses. System will combine actual costs and event attributes to determine the multiplier and settle the corresponding cashback. Exclusive welfare issued. Starting capital of 50,000 yuan has been automatically transferred to the hidden bank card and unlocked. Passive system privilege unlocked. Wealth isolation. Third parties have no right to interfere. Only the host has full authorization to use it. Prodigal son expenditure quest initiated. Day's cumulative spending target reaches 30,000 yuan. Quest failure penalty. An additional 100,000 yuan added to the debt. Considering that you're a filial kid, I'll extend your deadline by 1 final day. Everyone else's system defies the heavens and changes fate, while my system forces me to spend money. Ha 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 ha. What kind of freakish system is this? Ha ha ha. Hey, this guy hasn't gone completely crazy, has he? Hey, let's get out of here before he bites me or something. Tomorrow, if you don't pay up, just see how I'll deal with you. Ouch, turns out this isn't a dream. It's real. I actually got an extra 50,000 yuan. Warning, basic protocol spending quota of 30,000 yuan has not been completed today yet. Remaining time 1 hour and 46 minutes. Quest failure penalty. An additional 100,000 yuan added to the debt and forced deprivation of 6 hours of sleep, lasting continuously for 7 days. Owning debt means at worst working as a wage slave but denying sleep. Isn't this just torturing a guy? All right. Working to the bone leads to death. Giving up leads to suffering. Right now, I don't even have the qualification to keep my head down and slave away to pay off debts. Looks like the only way to save my life is to spend money. Suddenly having cash. For a moment, I don't even know what to eat. Boss, my friend, did you walk into the wrong place? The barbecue joints around here aren't cheap. This isn't one of those cheap street food stalls, you know, who says I don't have money. Look at the way you're dressed. You probably can't even bring yourself to buy a single skewer of grilled meat. If you don't have money, go to some other market stall. Don't stand here lowering the restaurant's class. Already broke, yet trying to act all fancy at a high-end barbecue joint. Exactly, young people nowadays are way too vain. Young people nowadays are way too vain. It's just a barbecue meal anyway. What's with discriminating between high class and low class? All stall owners here, stop taking new orders immediately. All the food on your stalls, I'm buying it all out in a single lump sum and giving it away for free to everyone present here. Everyone help yourselves and grab whatever food and drinks you want. But except for these 2 people, all the stall owners here, I'm buying out every single bit of food you have and giving it away for free to all the passers-by here. Everyone feel free to eat and drink to your heart's content. Detected that the host has completed massive non-profitable expenditure. Consumption amount 50,000 yuan. Activated newbie tier 4x base cashback multiplier. 200,000 yuan in cashback has been transferred to the exclusive isolation account. Today's prodigal spending quest has been settled. Quest completed. The host has successfully avoided the penalty. New day has passed, and a new prodigal son expenditure quest has been issued. Today's basic consumption limit increased to 50,000 yuan, limited to 24 hours with failure penalties remaining unchanged. No way, the money is still right here. Clothes make the man a good horse, needs a good saddle. Now that I have cash, I've got to treat myself well first, to avoid repeating yesterday's situation. This time, scenes like yesterday's definitely won't happen again. Hello, sir. Welcome. What kind of clothes are you looking for? I can help put together an outfit for you. No need, I can just browse by myself. Sure thing. Please feel free to look around. If there's any style you like, I'll grab it for you to try on. Hey, look at him. Isn't that the guy from last night at the night market who paid for everyone to eat and drink for free? Last night I was scrolling through short videos and saw him. Didn't expect to run into him here. So that's how it is, the thing from the night market. Got leaked online last night. Still having people stare at me. Like, this feels so awkward. Next time I've got to keep a lower profile. Keeping a low profile is fine, but I still gotta finish spending today's quota first. This all the clothes on this display wall. Could you please pack them all up for me? Yes, absolutely, I'll pack them right away for you. All the clothes, shoes and accessories on this entire wall. I just wanted to keep a low profile. Is it really that hard? Detected that the host made a non-profitable personal expenditure of 150,000 yuan. Activated newbie tier 4x cashback multiplier, refunding 600,000 yuan. Why does spending money only make it pile up even more? Still claiming you're broke. Huh? Let's see how I'll handle you. Spent 180,000 yuan cash into account 320,000 yuan. Total spending 50,000 yuan. Cash into account 200,000. Spent 50,000 yuan cash into account 200,000. Today's prodigal spending quest has been settled. Quest completed. The host has successfully avoided the penalty. New day has passed, and a new prodigal spending quest has been issued. Today's basic consumption limit increased to 500,000 yuan, limited to 24 hours. 50,000 every single day. Won't this just work me to death? Why can't things just keep going like this? I've got to think of a plan. Sir, I'll buy out all the scrap metal in your yard. I'll pay for it right now. All right. Detected that the host actively carried out high consumption with a loss-making expenditure model lacking any profit-generating channel. Expenditure amount 20,000 yuan. Activated super high 4x cashback multiplier, refunding 82,000 yuan and transferring it to the exclusive isolation account. Spending is this tiny amount. Doesn't even hit today's quest limit yet. Yelin, your brain must really be bashed in. When people owe money, they always figure out how to pay it back fast. But you look at yourself, in the blink of an eye, you toss tens of thousands out to buy literal junk that no one even wants. The moment you have a little spare cash, you start throwing your weight around. Seriously pathetic. Did you hook up with some sugar daddy or what? Since you've got spare cash to buy scrap metal, why don't you hurry up and pay us back already? Well, is this enough? Since you guys care so much about this money, I'll clear the balance once and for all today. Don't say we're forcing you to hand it over, all right? You said this yourself, as if you've got any real money. But your attitude is so trashy. Is that any way to talk to your elders, huh? Detected that the host is paying off personal debts without generating any profit, classified as a pure loss expenditure. Expenditure amount 500,000 yuan. Activated basic 3x cashback multiplier, refunding an amount of 500,000 RMB and transferring it to the exclusive isolation account. Can't believe he actually paid off all his debts. Settling. Today's prodigal spending quest. Today's mandatory prodigal spending limit is 500,000 yuan. Host. Today's total effective loss expenditure is 700,000 yuan. Quest status. Exceeded expectations. Completed task reward. Current host level. Level 1 Prodigal Novice Progress. At 45%, accumulating completed prodigal expenditures. High efficiency will be upgraded. After upgrading, you will unlock exclusive rewards, along with various privileges, such as spending authority. Special privileges. So upgrading this system can actually directly exempt debts, and even unlock perks. Progress is still missing over half. Looks like just randomly paying off debts blindly won't cut it. Have to complete effective consumption to level up the fastest. And what are you busy with? Finally wrapped up this ghost of a business trip. I'm in the car right now and will be home in about half an hour. Just cleared up some annoying business. Finally got some free time. How was the business trip? Don't even ask. Staying up late working overtime every day and stuck eating cheap instant noodles. Guess what happened? I had to grit my teeth and save up every single penny of my allowance. Wait, the two of us haven't hung out in forever either. Once I clean up, let's go out for drinks tomorrow night, okay? Sure, waiting for your word. Damn it, this punk is seriously rich now, handing over tens of thousands to people without even blinking an eye. Did that little bastard actually hook up with a sugar daddy or something? Too bad we couldn't squeeze any extra benefits out of him earlier. Now that he's making such a fuss, it's not convenient for us to just open our mouths and demand money anymore. Next week is the old man's 80th birthday. Why don't we invite him over? Isn't he hanging out with some sugar daddy? I want to see how long his money lasts before it all runs out. Let's see how long he can hold out. Lindsay, what's with this look on you? I remember back then when you bought a 10 yuan t-shirt. You had to deliberate and think about it for a really long time. How come you suddenly had the heart to buy such expensive stuff? Right now, we should just save up bit by bit to pay off the debt. That's the safest way. Don't stress out. Let's order food first. Hey boss, bring the menu over here. Oh, seafood. They mark up prices way too heavily. And no beer or alcohol. Drinking alcohol ruins your health, you know. Turning into a savings god, aren't we? What kind of good food are you planning to treat your bro to? 1 portion of braised pork belly in soy sauce. 1 special portion of barbecued char siu pork, and a plate of greens. Get enough nutrition, plus a bowl of spare rib soup and 2 bowls of rice. For 2 people eating. That's just right. All right, I'll listen to you. That guy at the next table is drowning in debt, yet he still dares to go out and eat and drink. Just wait for the day he ends up wandering homeless on the streets. If it were me, I would have been hiding at home ages ago. Look at him acting all great. He's even in the mood to eat, drink, and play around. What a mess. They're just a bunch of irrelevant nobodies anyway. They fundamentally don't know the truth of the situation, which is why they casually slander others. Bro, if you're in debt, you should know your place. Be a good boy and just gnaw on steamed buns to get by. If you don't have money, don't put up a fake front. You're just bringing humiliation on yourself. No way, right in the middle of eating, and they're still calling me. I'll go answer the phone. I'll be right back. Did you say this isn't a place I should be coming to? What a coincidence. Because what I hate most is other people telling me what to do. Hello. I want to pay outright to buy out your restaurant. I'll pay you double, and ownership will belong to me. You'll still remain the store manager, and everything else will continue operating as normal. On top of that, I'll renounce all dividends from the shop. The shop's profits will be used for employee welfare and charity meal sets. This long-standing eatery has been suffering continuous losses, and I was stressing out over it. Many thanks to you for taking it over. It's just a small matter. Effective prodigal spending amount 340,000 yuan. Activated Forex cashback multiplier. You out here acting all flashy while carrying a debt of several million yuan. What do you even have to buy this restaurant with? Figure you're just all talk and no bite, pretending to be rich. Now this restaurant is my territory, so get the hell out of here. Our restaurant permanently refuses to serve you. What's going on here? Why did they suddenly leave? Who knows? Let's just eat our food first. That's true. Eat up. I'm starving. Driving at night isn't safe. And coincidentally, there's an auto showroom right ahead. Let's go take a walk to digest our food. An auto showroom. That's not a place we can afford to spend money at. Even if we can't afford to buy, can't we at least look? Let's go broaden our horizons. Even if we can't afford a car, surely we can afford bubble tea. I'll order 2 cups for us to refresh ourselves later. Good evening, sirs. May I ask if you need any assistance? No need, we can just browse by ourselves. Babe, buy me this one, okay? Sir, you've got a sharp eye. This is a limited edition super sports car, and there's only one of its kind in the entire city. Quite a few directors had to pull strings and wait in line just to reserve it. You want this car that badly, babe? I've had my eye on this car for the longest time. Well then, it depends on how well you behave tonight. Holy crap, isn't that should you do? Are they seriously letting just any kind of trash in here nowadays? Don't touch it randomly. If you break it, you couldn't afford to pay for it. Inzi, maybe we should go look somewhere else. Cars like this are super hard to come by. The requirements to order one must be insanely high, right? You poor losers, stop daydreaming. Only people with rock-solid family backgrounds like Brother Jew have the qualification to choose babe. If I were lucky enough to sit in this car just once, even if I died, I'd have no regrets. Bro, we haven't reached that point yet. Do as if you're worthy. Don't dirty Brother Jew's car. Babe, don't say it like that. He's already in such a pathetic state right now. Coming to look at luxury cars in the exhibition hall is at least a tiny bit of spiritual comfort. For poor people, right? Ahaha. This guy's name is Kyu Hanju. That name really fits his nature, Recognize your own status and stop daydreaming in broad daylight. Oh, the bubble tea. Delivery is here. Lindsay, wait a second. I'll go grab the drinks. Poor folks will always be poor, always drinking cheap junk. Sir, to be completely honest with you, just now another customer called in asking about this car, and they're just waiting for our response. If you've made up your mind, I'll immediately prepare the car purchase contract. The car will be reserved for you on priority. What rush? It's just a car anyway. Right, is this single one right in front of us? The absolute most expensive car in your showroom. Haha. Of course, we have a collector's edition model, but that's not something people like you can just casually ask about and expect to buy. Oh, is that so? Then I'll take that one instead. Oh, is that so? Then I'll take that one instead. Hahaha. What is this guy babbling about? Miss, come over here. I'll pay the full amount up front. Oh yes, absolutely. Detected that the host activated a massive luxury expenditure. Spending limit, 1660,000 RMB plus 1660 experience points. Novice Prodigal Quest tier experience points have reached the standard threshold. Upgrading tier. Upgrade successful host's current level 2. Distributing rewards. Primary Prodigal Walker. Upgrade privilege. Unlocked full version privilege exchange store. Slightly fine-tuned cashback ratio. System-wide daily prodigal limit. Can now automatically fluctuate by 20%. Unlocked high-tier cashback fund. Large-scale consumption can randomly trigger a 5x to 15x cashback multiplier. Debt exemption is unlocked too. If I didn't have this system, seeing something like this would probably make me go crazy with joy. Right now, it's just a small side dish. As for these material rewards, I'll just accumulate them slowly. Haven't even finished today's daily limit quest yet. Mr. Yi, the paperwork is all completed now, and this is your car key. We wish you a wonderful driving experience. Later, I'll send the address to you. Please help me drive the car over there. Why do their facial expressions look like that? Must be from blasting the AC too much, right? Probably. Let's go, time to head home. Since the account has so much money, if there's already this much cash in the account, then why not just clear out all the debts right now, system? Exclusive wealth isolation account. Payment funds can only be used for pure loss-making consumption. It yields no profit. During the initial stage, prodigal spending cannot be used to pay off debts for relatives and friends. Holding 10,000 RMB in my hands, yet unable to directly fill the debt hole. Right now, I have over 2,000 experience points, which could directly wipe out all my debts. But if I use them all up in one go, it'll be very hard to maneuver when an emergency hits. Causing such a huge commotion at the auto street a few days ago, will boundlessly be targeted by people, no matter what. Let's trade for the identity privacy privilege system. Requires consuming 900 experience points. Successfully exchanged for permanent identity privacy privilege. All consumption history, large quotas and cash flow fluctuations are sealed under lockdown, leaving outsiders able to only search for personal info. Carrying a 7,000 young master. We've investigated thoroughly. Lin is carrying a fixed debt of 7 million yuan and owns no real estate. How could we not dig up even a single trace? Keep investigating for me. Don't believe a penniless loser could suddenly cough up 3,000 RMB. System resolved a directed debt, exempting 1,000 RMB in debt. Message received. I'll arrive on time. What's coming has to come eventually. Might as well go have a little reunion with them. Celebrating Grandpa's birthday as a grandson. How could I dare be absent? Wishing Grandpa peace health. Look at him. How does he even have the nerve to show his face here? You should really know your place. On such a joyous day, don't stand here bringing bad luck, holding some cheap, worthless cat box. How dare you even bring it out as a gift? Is this trash made of garbage? Some cheap junk sold on the street for dozens of yuan a kilo, and you have no shame, bringing it to wish the old man well, hahaha. What a shameless face, making such unpresentable junk to try and fool your elders. When people go to birthday celebrations, they gift gold and jade, while he brings a pile of garbage. I definitely came here just to freeload food and drinks. The old man's dignity is about to be thrown away completely by you. If you hadn't come my birthday banquet, day would have been peaceful. If you couldn't even shell out a sincere birthday gift, Grandpa a few days ago, he even bought out the entire night market and threw around money to buy a super sports car. Clearly, he just doesn't want to fulfill his filial duties. Is there really such a thing? Later on, go have a proper talk with him. He has dragged down the family for so long already. Today is the time he should know his place. Don't worry, Grandpa. I will definitely advise him properly. He should recognize his own position clearly. If it weren't for us lending him money, how would he even have survived to this day? Contributing to the family is only natural. To all the relatives and family members of the Yi clan who genuinely came to celebrate my birthday, I naturally welcome you with all my heart. But if anyone deliberately comes to cause trouble and ruin the mood, scheming to freeload food and drinks, then don't blame me for ignoring blood ties in front of everyone. I never expected that even the grandfather, who used to be closest to me, wouldn't bother standing on my side either. System detected that the host is suffering psychological manipulation through familial affection, passively enduring oppression from interpersonal relationships. Activating reserve, prodigal quest, and trigger. Large-scale, non-refundable spending limits at any time. Unlocking super high cashback rates. If all of you are forcing me to bear this ungrounded accusation, then I'll do as you wish. Fulfill my filial duty properly for once. Yelin, today is Grandpa's 80th birthday, and you've dragged the whole family down, so we can't even hold our heads up high. Right now is your absolute best chance to redeem yourself. That's right. And you don't even think about who helped clean up the mess when your household fell apart, huh? Just now, you even went out and changed into a brand new outfit. You've got money to spend on yourself, but you won't help out your own family. Grandpa cares about grandfather, grandson affection, and can't bear to scold you. But as your elders, we have a duty to teach you how to be a decent person. Word has it your pockets have been getting a bit heavier lately. The bill for today's birthday banquet will be entirely covered by you. On top of that, you need to hand out 1,000 RMB red envelopes to every single descendant present here. Consider it compensation for all your past debts. Uncle, he's had a really hard time these past few years. Please don't pressure him anymore, Han. The adults are talking, children shouldn't butt in. Still playing deaf and dumb, huh? It's one thing to be in debt and lose face, but when it comes to making amends, you don't even dare. Humph! I think he's just a completely heartless bastard. The old man truly wasted all his affection loving him. Yelin, what everyone is saying isn't wrong. Grandpa worked cautiously and diligently his entire life, and never had anyone stab him in the back, except for these past 2 years, where Grandpa couldn't even lift his head in public. Whenever I chat with old friends, every single sentence uses you as the punchline. If you still have even an ounce of filial piety left in you, then voluntarily step up and shoulder this responsibility. Grandpa, where did this batch of tea leaves of yours come from? It's just some junk. You can just have someone throw it away later. This is Dai Hong Pao, harvested from the mother trees and aged for 35 years, even with money. It's hard to buy a single jar. This rare tea jar, the market price is at least 6 figures upwards. Let's leave the tea leaves aside for now. Whether it's real or fake isn't even certain yet. Given Yelin's financial situation, how could he possibly afford the real deal? It's probably just some cheap knockoff. I've studied this for 40 years. The aroma of mother tree Dai Hong Pao, its texture and flavor profile. There is absolutely no way I could mistake this. Tea is one thing. Manners and rules are another. Since you've shown such sincerity, today you should take the initiative to shoulder this responsibility. Did you hear that? The old man has already spoken. If you settle the bill today, we'll let bygones be bygones, and won't hold it against you anymore. Isn't it just wanting me to bear all the expenses? Fine. I'll grant all of your wishes. Did you hear that? I told you this punk wouldn't dare refuse to cough up the cash. System triggered special prodigal quest. Your face-saving expenditure yielding no profit. Detected that the host donated all the birthday banquet money, returning 0 response immediately. Highest grade valid prodigal action rating evaluated. Total spending this time is 280,000 RMB. Activated 8x cashback multiplier. Dear guests, thank you to Mr. Yelin for paying all the expenses for today's birthday banquet. However, Mr. Yi has donated all of that money to a charity fund. Therefore, all premium dishes reserved for this high-end birthday banquet are cancelled immediately and will be replaced with standard regular set meals. What the hell are you making us eat free relief food? Yelin, how dare you play games with us? Yelin, this is your grandpa's 80th birthday banquet. You're making him eat charity boxed meals. Didn't you guys want me to spend money? I've completely covered all the costs, not a single penny missing. But where I spend it is my freedom. Today's money will be considered buying out every single debt and obligation to the family clan. From this day forward, Yelin no longer owe anyone in the Yi family a damn thing. System minimum spending quota increased to 1.5 million RMB today. If not completed on time, tiered penalties will be triggered. To encourage the host to efficiently complete the spending, system randomly attaches the following incentive mechanism: collision-bound mechanism. If the host's hand accidentally touches someone else, it will be forcibly bound for 24 hours, and the bond can only be lifted early by executing a consumption amount meeting the requirement. You've got to be kidding me. Playing this kind of game. Does the system want to mortify me to death? That was way too close to completely ruining my life. You're finally here. Thought you didn't care about me anymore. Last time was because I was too impulsive. But to be honest, lately you've really changed way too much. If you have something to say, just spit it out. Before you weren't on this level at all. I can't back down any further than this. Yelin, actually we can still. System has locked onto target. Let go of my hand right now. These pickup lines are truly bizarre. Deliberately bumping into people and then holding hands without letting go. You look like a decent person. Why are you using such cheap low tricks? Stalk girls like this. What on earth do you want from me? I don't want anything at all. It was totally just an accident, don't misunderstand. To put it simply, my hand is currently stuck fast to your hand, and I have to spend a ton of money to unstick it. This has nothing to do with you. You're just having bad luck bumping into us. You think I'll believe that? Even if you don't believe it, you have to, because that's just how the truth is, Yelin. If you wanted to chat someone up, you didn't need to use this method, right? I'm so sorry. Don't touch me. And please don't mind him either. That's just how his personality is. He doesn't know how to talk. Back when he was chasing me, it was just like this, all clumsy and awkward. All right, since you won't believe me anyway, I won't explain further. Let's get this business resolved quickly. We'll do it the old way and buy everything out. Is he seriously planning to treat this whole district to a meal? Again, well, if so, I won't be polite. I will sponsor all the funding, cover the food rations for 1 whole year for all stray dogs and cats, vaccine costs deworming, and all sterilization expenses in this entire area. On top of that, along this street, let's build 3 more feeding stations for stray animals. Let's settle the expenses right on the spot. No need for any public recognition or advertising. I don't demand a single cent of profit. 1 year's rations for stray cats and dogs in the district, vaccine and sterilization fees, plus 3 feeding stations, totaling 500,000 RMB. Could you help me act as the fully authorized representative? System detected that the host executed a large-scale public welfare consumption of 500,000 RMB, triggering an 8x cashback multiplier. The touch binding contract has been lifted. 12,000 RMB in cashback has been deposited into the isolated account. Today's mission is successfully completed, donating a full 500,000 RMB to stray animals without even bothering to leave his name. What on earth is this guy's background? Mr. Yi, on behalf of all the stray dogs and cats, I thank you. It was just a casual convenience. Yelin, you just wait for me. Excuse me, aren't you the big shot who bought out the night market, then donated money to the cat cafe the other day? You've got the wrong person. Hey everyone online, it's really him. I stalked and camped out for 2 whole days, and I finally caught him. Stop filming. How much money do you need to delete that? Big bro, I don't want money. I just want to follow you and film for 1 day. 1,000 RMB. No $0, huh? What about 50,000? Oh, hag 1,000. Bro, I'm not that kind of person. Don't need money. I just need traffic and resources. Just let me do a 1-day exclusive documentary report. I promise I won't hound you ever again. Having money that I can't even spend. System practical mission. Allow this streamer to follow along film and complete valid consumption of at least 500,000 RMB. Emergency protection mission reward. Granted, but under one condition. Just say it, keeping my face hidden, right? Remember to blur out my face. No problem at all. I'll censor it completely in post-production. Hey guys, for our first stop, the big shot treated the whole district to bubble tea. Checking out with 8,000 RMB without blinking an eye. I'll take everything on this wall. Here is the delivery address. Hey everyone, the big shot just bought an entire wall of blind boxes for 12,000 RMB. The payment process took less than a minute. The big shot seems like he's still not satisfied. Is he spending money too slowly? Antiques are 9 parts fake out of 10. Taking massive losses is going to happen in no time. Hey guys, the big shot is leading me over to pick out antiques now. Is he planning to hunt for a bargain this time? Or is he about to step on a landmine? Let's all keep our eyes peeled and wait to see. This thing is way too fake. Let's pick this one. That Qianlong era official kiln porcelain vase over there. The price for someone fated to have it is 800,000 yuan. Bro, this price is way too steep. 800,000 yuan is expensive. Well, how much do you say? 500,000. No way. That's way too low. At least 600,000. All right, 500,000 deal. I've transferred the money to you. Wait, big bro, did you actually buy that for real? All those words written on the vase are completely misspelled. System detected large-scale, non-refundable capital expenditure, triggering 8x cashback. 4,000 RMB. Cashback has been deposited into the isolated account. I know. Bro, did you get scammed or something? You need me to go find that old man and get the money back? No need. I just wanted to take a heavy loss for once. The boss has already confirmed it. He doesn't operate on standard commercial logic, yet his spending methods are extremely abnormal, as if he's being controlled by some kind of rule-based entity. Keep monitoring him, and don't startle the snake. Understood, bro. We're trending. The video just broke 2,000 views. But that video from just now, the most wronged big shot in history, dropping 500,000 yuan on a fake vase. Lots of people are tagging you in the comment section. Bunch of people have already proactively reached out to me too. There's a coffee shop owner who wants to pay 50,000 a month, rent this vase of yours, and take it back to his shop as a check-in spot. There's also a blogger, collector, willing to fork over 500,000 RMB to buy it. System warning: the item has been calculated into the cashback category. Within 180 days, reselling is strictly prohibited. If violated, all cashback profits for this non-compliant expenditure will be completely revoked. Bro, that 500,000 RMB, you only bought it for 500,000. Do you think I'm lacking that 500,000 RMB? Hemp dropping 500,000 yuan to buy a fake vase. What an absolute clown. System minimum consumption limit. Today's 500,000 RMB has been spent, with 300,000 left and a 10-hour countdown. Bro, you're still carrying a debt of over 7,000 RMB. You haven't finished paying off. Yet you go and toss out hundreds of thousands to buy a fake vase. Over half of the debt has already been paid off, kid. Where are you getting all this money from? That's a long story. Fine, I won't ask anymore. But starting from today, I'm going to teach you how to save money. System does this count as a mandatory consumption. Saved 50 RMB on taxi fare right there. 2 boxes of bean sprouts, original price 13 RMB. I'll charge you 10 RMB. What a steal. Original price 80. I bargained it down to 55. Saved 25 RMB right there. What's the point of saving these few pennies? I'm about to die over here. Hello, Mom. I can't hear you clearly. The signal is too weak. I'm going outside to take a phone call for a second. You stand here and wait for me. And don't you dare go spending money recklessly again. How can this be called spending money recklessly? It's to save my life. What is it? 100,000 yuan. Can you cough that up or not? Are you being serious? I've already transferred the money to you. As for all the goods, go ahead and donate them in my name to the mountain region. System detected that the host completed a large-scale public welfare expenditure of 200,000 RMB. Electronic consignment contract. Give me the cashback funds. 600,000 RMB has been deposited into the exclusive account. Today's prodigal mission is successfully completed. You haven't been spending money recklessly just now, right? Nope. At least you know how to listen. Let's head back. Let me calculate how much I helped you save today. Saved less than 100 RMB. If she knew I just swiped 200,000, she'd probably shave my head off. Forget it. She can't beat me anyway. Hey, what do you think of those stupid big shots who squander money? Like me. You're that big shot who bought the fake vase, right? Let's take a selfie together. Aren't you that super viral guy online? I already blurred my face. So how'd you still recognize me? Can we stop filming already? Just want to buy a bottle of water, man. Isn't this Yelin? It's only been a few days, and you've already turned into a rat, scurrying across the street. Broke nobody trying to act like a big shot. Can't even tell a fake item when you see one. And you even dare to call yourself a tycoon. Last time you dared to make me lose face in front of so many people. I'm still holding a grudge over that debt, you know. Today, I'm gonna settle accounts with you fair and square. System preparing to use emergency protection. Corresponding function has been called. This function can cause the target to lose the ability to take action. Hold on for a second, I've already called the cops. Ignore that chick. This is a civilized society, governed by law. You guys can't just do whatever you want. Grab her and drag her away. She's so annoying and in the way. Forbidden to touch her. What is wrong with you? What? What did you do to them? Received a report from citizens that people are gathering and causing a disturbance. Bro, hurry up and go. What about you if you stay behind alone? Your reputation is growing right now, so if you get photographed, it's going to be a huge hassle. Just let me deal with it. And be careful. Did you call the police? They were intentionally harassing me. A kind-hearted person stepped in to help, and there's security camera footage to prove it. Where did that guy go? He left. Take these two down to the station. Just please come with us to take a statement. Sure. Bro, are you really going to show up? Don't you dare stand me up. Mung, get your opening lines right. Don't mess up the names like last time. Last time was just an accident. 3 whole times, and they were all accidents. I'm so sorry. Bro, we've already finalized the script. You just go on stage, say a couple of lines, and exit through the side door. I've already arranged everything. This time, no fans are going to block your way. You really act like a real assistant. You're the one who dragged me here. Hey guys, today's mysterious special guest is none other than the person you've all been waiting for so long. Big Shot. Let's give a warm round of applause. Hello everyone. Thank you all for coming to see me. That's it. The Big Shot is so badass. Say one more sentence as expected of a big shot. So few words yet so meaningful. Hey everyone, spam the chat with praise for the Big Shot right now. People traveled from afar, making the journey all the way here. Are you really planning to just say 2 sentences? Of course, a man must keep his word. Today's limited mission. Basic warning, identification. Usage limited to once per day. If it weren't for the system's mission, do you think I'd ever bother coming here? Mr. Yi, a pleasure to meet you. I am Fang Ran, an independent investor. I have a project I'd like to discuss with you. Would you mind stepping over to that corner to chat for a moment? Go ahead. The early stage of the project received an investment of 2,000 RMB, but currently due to issues on the partner's side, a capital chain gap has emerged. We just need an additional infusion of 500,000 to get it back on its feet. The project's fundamentals are very solid. Conservatively speaking, capital recovery takes 3 months, and future profits are extremely promising. 500,000. How fortuitous today's spending limit still hasn't been met. Warning, this investment project contains an underground gambling agreement, along with a capital lock-in clause, so the funds cannot be counted toward valid quotas or expenditures. Not counted toward the quota. Then why the hell am I investing? I'm not investing. Mr. Ye, do you feel like there's a problem somewhere? We can always discuss it further. I'm afraid it might actually make money. Mr. Ye, you sure love to joke around. I'm not joking at all. I'm terrified the project will make money. What did he say? He's scared the project will make money. The whole time, he didn't even bother looking at the business plan, nor did he ask about a single detail. Osbow. He completely relied on intuition to dodge that trap. On top of that, his reason is utterly absurd. He actually said he was worried about making money. Keep tailing this guy for me. Things are getting more and more interesting. Today's project. If the system hadn't reminded me, I basically wouldn't have been able to tell it was a trap at all. Expert investment management rules. I need a professional to help me vet things, so I can comfortably splurge and lose money from now on. Remember me, I'm hang up already. Wait, don't hang up in a rush. It's me, Yelin. I need your help. Come to my office at 3:00 p.m. tomorrow to talk. Come in. Please have a seat. Sorry to intrude, Director Wen. Spit it out. What do you want with me? My time is billed by the minute, you know. I have a lump sum of idle capital in my hands and want to find a professional to help me spend it. So you've been trending online for a few days straight, and now you think you're some big shot CEO, huh? A few days ago, someone brought a project right to my doorstep. That sounded super tempting, but I later found out it was a trap. So you're not here to make investments, but rather to find someone to help you dodge landmines. Not dodge landmines to help me spend money and take losses. Are you being serious? Dead serious. I've studied your consumption logic. Your money hasn't decreased at all. In fact, it's increased. This makes 0 sense. However, I can tell you straight up, any money made purely through luck, sooner or later, will definitely be burned away completely by sheer capability. Which is why I came to find you. I've basically got a clear grasp of your situation. But right now, there's one problem. All your money is neatly sitting in personal accounts, without any physical legal entity behind it. If you want to spend systematically, you need to have a legitimate commercial organization. Simply put, you need to open a company and use the company's name to carry out asset allocation. Tax and legal matters will be much more transparent. You can also avoid having your personal self watched by prying eyes. Is opening a company directly a hassle? It can help you build the infrastructure, handle financial registration, taxes, and legal matters. All inclusive from A to Z. You just need to cough up the cash. Listening to you first off, I'll pour in 10 million yuan, and if that's not enough, we can pump in more. After the company is established, I'll start helping you screen various projects, so I'll do my best to keep things within the safety zone. Pleasure doing business with you. Pleasure doing business with you, but don't misunderstand. I just want to see how long someone like you can possibly last. You don't have an ounce of commercial logic in you, and I want to see how long you can keep feeling so smug. Mr. Yeah. Remaining furniture will be delivered in about 2 hours, so you can go ahead and rest first. We'll arrange these items in their proper places beforehand. The company registration is already complete, with registered capital of 10,000 RMB. Finances are handled on our behalf by my designated office, so you don't need to bother with any of the procedures. Just sign your name and you're done. Besides that, today, there is a project that needs a field inspection. VR Experience Lounge in South City. I've sent you the address. Are you sure it'll take a loss, guaranteed loss? If you're interested, let's meet at the entrance. All right. Open for a year, lost 3 million yuan. 3 investors have pulled out all their capital, and the owner is planning to close shop next month. Let's go inside and take a look. You two are here to check out the venue. This gentleman is the investor. Our shop's losses are quite severe. Are you really sure you're interested? Without a doubt. This is exactly what I've been looking for. Isn't this that amateur noob who constantly gets played online? What's wrong? Got too much money and feeling itchy. Running over here to invest in a piece of trash shop that's about to go under. Hold on, he's the owner of the nearby VR parlor. Last month, he just made the local startup magazine, proclaiming himself as the pioneer of the VR industry. So what? That means he came here purely to watch you make a fool of yourself. I've scrolled past you on short video clips before, tossing out tens of thousands just to haul back a bunch of fake junk. How utterly ridiculous. And today, you want to come here and clean up the mess for this piece of garbage shop. Are you done talking? What if you're done, shove off to the side and watch, and don't get in my way of signing the contract. Outsider like you. What do you even understand? The VR industry runs deep, and if you barge in, you'll just be flushing your money down the drain. I've been working in this industry for 3 years. Who the hell do you think you are? You've worked for 3 years and still couldn't even open a single branch, so I definitely have nothing to fear. Catch all of his current smug expressions on camera for me. I want to see how many days you can last in this industry. I'm not doing this for the sake of making money. I'm here to take losses, because I want to. You don't even have the qualifications to take a loss. So what if I'm crazy? Step aside and don't block me from signing the contract. How much are you planning to invest? 2 million yuan. 2 million yuan. And what's more, Director Ma, all the top-tier equipment in your shop, I'll pay double the price. Buy it all back and display it in our shop to make it look nice. Of course, if you refuse to sell, that's fine too. Any of your employees who want to come work over here, I'll pay them double the salary. Cut the stream right now. Moment the live stream started, we got caught on video. Delete it immediately. No matter what, he's definitely going to go online and smear your name. Let him be. It just so happens to give our shop free advertising. What is the meaning of all this? Guaranteed to lose money. If it doesn't lose money, you'll have to compensate me for emotional damages. The format is incorrect. Let me draft a core terms clause for you. If the project generates profits, the investing party has the right to sue the investee and force them to compensate the investing party with an amount equivalent to emotional damages. Are you too serious? Dead serious. Sign it. 2,000 RMB has been transferred. Transferred from the investment reconciliation account of Lingyun. Transfer complete. Detected intentional investment into a project, taking a loss of 2,000 RMB. Reward cashback 6,000 RMB. Take those losses properly, and don't let me down. It's been losing money for so long. How could it possibly bounce back? Better yet, since we've decided to do it, let's host a free event to try our luck and see how it goes. I'm so excited. Limited free VR experience event. If everyone loves it, feel free to drop by the VR Experience Lounge in South City. Huge thanks to Boss Yi. Without him, there wouldn't be today. Driving engagement with a free event. It won't translate into actual revenue. Once the event ends, customer volume is bound to drop by at least 70%. There's a high probability the money he invested is gone for good. If, halfway through that jerk Boss Yi runs away with the cash, this sum of money won't even make a single bubble if thrown into water. On outsider, what does he even rely on? Boss Ma, place next door, says they want to rent our venue space. Don't rent it to them. They said the rent can be negotiated. I'd rather leave this shop vacant than ever cheap out and hand it over to Yelin. As expected of Boss Yi, truly farsighted, using double the price to buy all the imported equipment. Number of people coming to the lounge has surged by 4 times compared to last week. At this rate, this shop will start turning a profit by next month. I explicitly ordered you not to make money. I've studied your investment logic through countless times. Not a single time did it ever follow common sense. But the outcome always manages to create a surprise. So what? So I've been trying to find the underlying pattern. Did you find it? Nope, because I fundamentally don't want to make money at all. Detected that the host has accumulated valid expenditures, surpassing the 10,000 RMB milestone. Experience points have reached the threshold. Upgrade successful. Subsidies and specialized privileges have been elevated to 4,000 RMB. Large-scale spending can now randomly trigger cashback rates fluctuating between 10 to 20 times. Taking losses and spending money until leveling up. This entire world. I'm probably the only one. Level 3 shop, and it only has a 1 in 10 ratio. What is this? Permanent items aren't put in level 3, but instead hidden in level 2. System. Are you messing with me? Consumed 2,000 experience points. Successfully breaking through to exchange for permanent privileges. Weak physique privilege is now taking effect, permanently eliminating weak health status while adding a charm enhancement effect. This exchange consumed 2,000 experience points. Total remaining experience 8,480 points. Did it really become noticeable? It actually does seem a little different. But just for this I had to waste 2,000 points. System. Are you running some kind of beauty tax scam too? Leveling up appearance comes with unexpected communication skills. The host can verify it themselves. Who am I even supposed to go verify this with? There's still that previous debt as well. Let's make a prepayment of 2,000 RMB. Director Wynn's law firm. Every time I look at the financial reports, I end up frowning. Remaining experience points 480D. Current debt 500,000 RMB. There's a new project. Can it take a loss? Absolutely. Last time you also said it would lose money. Look what happened. That parlor ended up starting to turn a profit. You call that taking a loss. This time is different. How is it different? You'll know when we get there tomorrow at 2:00 p.m. Oh wait, did she just stare at me blankly for a full 2 seconds just now? Whatever, forget it. We'll find out what kind of project it is tomorrow anyway. Is this guy you? Last month's electricity bill was behind by another 2,000. Last month's electricity bill was behind by 2,000 again. The month before last, it was also drowning in debt. You two are from Lingyun Investment, right? We've already been in contact over the phone before. Oh, please have a seat. Sorry, it's a bit cramped here. No problem at all. The experimental animated short we are making is called Borderline. Runtime is 8 minutes. Current progress has reached 60%. The protagonist wanders through a state of nothingness, and all the colors are reflections of his inner self. I use a frame-by-frame hand-drawn technique, meaning every single frame has to be colored individually. This rural scene incorporates fluid simulation, so each frame takes 40 minutes to render. A 2-second-long scene takes 3 days to render. But the equipment constantly crashes, and every time it crashes, I have to redo everything from scratch. 2 of our graphics cards burned out. Repairing one cost 3,000, and the other one is completely trashed. And then what? Then? We're still trying to hang in there. Does it cost a lot of money? a lot. However, the thing that drains money isn't just equipment costs, it's also time. Last month someone came to dun us for rent, saying if we didn't pay, they'd cut off the electricity. We scraped together money all week just to get 2,000 yuan. And employee salaries haven't been paid out yet either. Is 5,000 enough? What did you just say? Warning detected ongoing investment into a loss-making project. Activating bonus privilege mission target task parameters. Injecting 5,000 RMB in losses. The entire project capital has no long-term commercial profit potential, triggering a massive 12x cashback quota mission. Sign it, and I guarantee it'll lose money. Boss, I've been making animation for 15 years now, and I've never seen anyone just sign a contract like that. The investment behavioral model of the investor has entered an extreme state. They don't evaluate project quality. They only evaluate the probability of taking a loss. Detected that the host injected 5,000 RMB into a loss-making project on purpose. This investment is predicted to yield zero return, triggering a 12x cashback mission. Reward cashback 62,000 RMB. Special mission status has entered the verification pending stage. During the verification period, commercial profits are generated. Corresponding penalties will be triggered. Thank goodness ever since I got this company, I never have to worry about failing daily missions ever again. Boss, yeah, we will definitely put this money to good use. Take those losses properly, and don't let me down. Darling, why do you look so unhappy today? It's that guy again. Who knows where he got so much money from? I don't know either. Back when he was still with me, he was dead broke, yet now he suddenly struck it rich. You're by my side right now, you know. I didn't mean it like that. He's definitely just putting on a show. Who knows? Maybe someone is pulling strings behind the scenes. Investigate that studio for me and poach all their staff over here. Contact everyone in the animation industry for me. Whatever he invests in, I'm going to invest in too. Boss Yang, are you planning to completely crush him? Crush him, hump. I don't just want to make his projects go down the drain. I also want to turn every single one of his projects into my own assets. Brother Yang, the color grading of this scene, I want to try adjusting it to have slightly higher saturation. Is that okay? Sure. Brother Young, what's wrong? Company is trying to poach me, offering double my current salary. Can I go? Brother Yang, it's fine. Wise birds choose superior trees to nest in. How much budget is even left? The 7th draft crashed again. Upgrade the equipment. Bossy already allocated 5,000 to us, so it's not for us to be stingy. Director, when you're here. Lately, someone has hired internet trolls to post online, smearing everyone's work with accusations of plagiarism. Plagiarism of what? An anonymous account published a very long article, accompanied by 2 comparison videos. I already had someone investigate the IP address, and the person behind it is Kyuhan. Liu is a second-generation rich kid who has a feud with Yelin. Right now, he's looking for an opportunity to retaliate. Poaching staff was the first step, and splashing dirty water was the second step. My next step. I won't give up, boss, yet. He asked me to pass along a message to you. He said everyone who wants to leave has their own choices. Survival isn't easy, so leaving is quite understandable. As for the plagiarism accusations, if there's evidence, bring it out. If not, then use your footage to prove your own innocence. Just lay everything out on the table. What's that smell? This stuff must be super expensive, right? Who knows? And swiping the card, I didn't even bother looking at the price, boss, yeah. Brother Yang, this soup is ridiculously good. Eat slowly, and once you're done, keep burning money to help me out. International Animation Film Festival. We made it to the finals, Brother Yang. We made it to the finals. The Best Short Animation Award goes to VF. I want to express my gratitude to someone. He once told me to just take my losses properly and not let him down. At that time, I thought to myself, in this world, how could there possibly be someone like that? Ha ha ha. Later on, when our team members quit and were even slandered for plagiarism, I had actually thought about giving up. But every time I was about to throw in the towel, I would remember those words of his. Bossia, thank you. Bossia, thank you so much. Warning, warning. Detected that the project invested by the host with the intention of taking a loss has won an international award and possesses extremely high commercial profitability. Prodigal thematic mission has failed. Activating punishment. Photosynthesis maintenance for 72 hours. Top of the host's head 15. Random green leaves will sprout out. Sprouting location is completely random. If exposed to sunlight, number of leaves will double. Oh, thank goodness. Thank goodness. It's not like last time where my sleep was forcibly deprived, or made me die of embarrassment over and over again. If I had known side quests had this kind of punishment, then no matter what you said, I wouldn't have accepted it anyway. That 10,000 for Q-Shao can't be retrieved anymore. The other party was a shell company. Boss Q has skipped town. What did you say? The money has already been transferred to an overseas account. Bloody hell, get the hell out of my sight. Thank you, Boss Yu. If it weren't for your investment, this film simply wouldn't have been completed. Boss Yu, that thing beside your hat is a decorative item, right? Huh! Boss Yu, you truly are our benefactor. Boss Yu. Those leaves are just me, experiencing life. Use as a reference for an animated character. So it's for immersive role-playing. You're seriously so dedicated. Boss Yu, is this character of yours a tree spirit? That's right, haha. A previous predictive model showed that this project would take at least 3 months to break even. But now the metrics have been accelerated. Did my calculations go wrong, and it won't lose money again? The project you invested in won an award. Aren't you happy? Happy, sure. Oh, happy grass is growing right out of my head. Do you need me to contact a landscaping company to help you out? Registered capital of 1,000 RMB. Spent on technology. Registered founder overseas. Unclear shareholder structure. Total revenue over the past 2 years, not even reaching 300,000. Yet carrying a debt of nearly 5,000 RMB. So can this take a loss? It's possible. But this company's money won't be lost through business. It'll be embezzled and run off with. I suspect someone is behind the scenes, manipulating things to misappropriate the investment funds. Then isn't that just perfect? If the money gets transferred away, I still count as taking a loss. But if the money gets transferred to an overseas account, not only will you lose your money, you might even get entangled in legal trouble. Then wouldn't that be taking a loss in the most thorough way possible? If you insist on investing anyway, I will add a capital flow monitoring clause to the contract. Every single expense must have my signature. Do whatever you see fit. I need a major capital monitoring agreement. Finished by today. Tell me, will Yalin show up? That guy's definitely coming. Whenever he hears the words, taking a loss, he can barely drag his feet away. What an absolute weirdo. We'll just wait for him to pour in the cash, and then we'll siphon the money out to an overseas account. I takes the losses, while we rake in the profits. So the cut is a 60-40. Split, you take 6. I take 4. 50-50 deal. Boss, we have a guest put on a good show. Boss, you're honored to meet you. I'm the person in charge of Xiaohe Technology. I'd like you to look over our project. Last year, we took a loss of 3 to 200,000 RMB, and our market share was squeezed out by the big corporations. Our current valuation is not even 1,000 RMB. If we can't find an investor this month, we'll have no choice but to declare bankruptcy. Can this downward trend of losses keep going at our current pace? Next month, we could lose another 800,000. This is way too little. Don't want to bother searching around anymore. Not enough. I want the losses to be way more massive. Boss, yeah, our current loss margin is already at its absolute limit. If you want to lose even heavier, you'd have to invest heavily into research and development. Then just pour all the money into research for me. Burn as much cash as possible. Once the money is burned through, the project will naturally crash and burn. Just let him do it. Boss, yeah, how much are you planning to invest? Let's invest a little bit first. If the cash burns fast, I'll pour in a whole lot more. Is 5,000 RMB enough? More than enough. It's plenty. Let me remind you one more time. This company's shareholder structure has issues. The money poured in might be gone for good. Isn't that exactly what I want? I've added 3 capital monitoring clauses. Every single expense exceeding 500,000 requires my signature to be valid. Fine by me. Detected high-risk investment. Gil. Consumed 200 experience points successfully unlocked. Intuition suggests this project harbors fraudulent elements, advising the host to refuse. Either way, as long as this money evaporates, it's fine. The problem isn't that big. What are you looking at? Nothing much. This is just the capital monitoring agreement. If you don't agree, this investment contract is as good as void. Fine, I agree. The funds will be transferred to the account within 3 business days. The money is in our hands now. But what about those monitoring clauses from attorney? And what should we do about them? How could she possibly monitor use 24 hours a day? Just split the transfers into smaller amounts. Transfer 490,000 each time. That way, we won't need her signature anymore. Brilliant idea, hahaha. When should we transfer the next batch? Take it slow, just siphon out a little bit each day. 2 of these have 0 commercial value, and there's one more that is currently in an expired state. That algorithm was way ahead of its time, and back then the equipment couldn't run it, so we had to shelve it. The equipment couldn't run it. You just need ultra-high performance equipment to be able to execute it, and upgrade the equipment and hire a few more engineers and pay them double the salary. Also, we already gave up on this algorithm. Pumping money into it now is just flushing cash down the drain. Flushing cash down the drain. Isn't that just perfect? And ha ha ha! Just let him burn money. The faster he burns it, the faster we can funnel the cash outside. Asya makes total sense. I'll go arrange it right away. I'll go handle the patent restoration procedures. What's going on? Didn't the money already get into our hands? Before the money could even be transferred out, he threw it around, spent it all clean. The company is completely out of money, and his cash is basically as good as dumped into the ocean. Well, what if his research actually succeeds? If it succeeds, you get a cut of the commission anyway. Don't tell me you're actually scared. Scared that he might actually pull something off, as if I'd be scared of him. Find a few more people. Keep a close eye on their every single move. Report back immediately if anything happens. How far along is your investigation? That algorithm is way more valuable than I thought. If it can be commercialized, graphic rendering efficiency will increase by at least 40%. I suspect that their reason for abandoning this patent was simply because they didn't know how to use it at all. I've already contacted a top-tier domestic laboratory, and there's an associate professor who is willing to join the team as a technical consultant. Will inviting him help me lose money? The standard annual salary is $800,000. The higher the compensation package, the greater the losses. Personnel salaries combined with equipment rental costs. In this month alone, search expenses have devoured over 3,000 RMB. At this rate, within the next 2 months, we'll burn through all the cash. Completely excellent. Wait until the day the money gets burned to ashes. Hopefully, you can still smile as brightly as you are now. Boss Yi, the theoretical limits of this algorithm are much higher than initially estimated. If we can find a suitable application environment, it could completely revolutionize the entire industry. For now, just keep taking losses from me and don't stop. Is he always like this? You'll get used to it later. Boss Chu, our surveillance found that a company is researching an algorithm that matches our next generation Again framework direction entirely. Their solution's efficiency is even 40% higher than ours. What are the specifics of their plan? The research team was funded and established by Lingyun, and the leader is an associate professor in computer graphics. Help me schedule an appointment with this Mr. Yelin. Understood. Let me confirm the time. Whose phone call is that? It's Boss Chu from Suyuan Technology. Their research team has set their sights on our algorithm. They want to talk about cooperation. That kind of cooperation that generates money. High probability, yes. I'm not interested. They're offering 20,000 RMB to buy out the patent. I poured money in just to take losses. And now you're reporting to me that someone is willing to fork out a whole 20,000 RMB just to buy back the exact thing I'm using to burn cash. But right now, it certainly looks that way. No sale, absolutely no sale. Wait, if I refuse, would old Lauho find a way to sell it off himself? He doesn't have veto power, but he can collude with other shareholders to push it through a vote. And then what? The transaction would go through, but Suyuan Technology only wants the tech and not the people. New shareholders would fire the current Team 5. There's one more thing. This morning, Professor Lin sent me an email stating that Suyuan had already contacted him. He really wants to continue researching this project. Without funding support, he won't be able to keep his students. If this project continues burning money, he will keep dedicating himself to it. But he's already nearly 60 years old and won't have the energy for another project after this. So that means if I refuse, Oho will be forced to sell. Team 5's research project will be disbanded, and the professor's life's work will be cut short halfway. There's a high probability of that happening. Then what if I agree to sell? If you do, the entire Team 5 will be preserved. The professor can also continue his research work. Write those terms clearly into the contract and make it mandatory to execute. Sell it then. Where are you going to visit the research team for a bit? What did you say? Suyuan Technology wants to buy back that patent. 20 million yuan. Yelin pockets 15 million. all by himself, while our shares were squeezed by him down to the absolute dregs, leaving us nothing to eat. That patent belongs to the company. By what unholy right does he have the authority to sell it himself? His duties far surpass ours. Besides attorney, Wynne had long since locked down the capital monitoring clauses. We didn't even have a chance to voice our objections. Sue him, sue the bastard into oblivion. We won't win. That patent was originally something we voluntarily gave up and abandoned. You lost again every single time you try to mess with him. In the end, the winner is still him. Don't you feel any pain? I'm the one suffering here. Following you for all this time. Your projects have collapsed one after another, while Yelin just keeps getting richer and richer. What do you mean by that? I am so exhausted. You'd better think long and hard about whether to keep fighting him or just obediently call it quits early. Bossy, all the terms in the contract have been adjusted according to your exact requests. For the 20,000 RMB, you will take in your entire core. Team 5 research group. Can I just take half of the money and use the other half to keep burning? Bossy, you sure love to joke around. I'm not joking at all. And let's sign the deal sign. Pleasure doing business with you. Bossy, your eye for talent is truly exceptional. My eye for talent is just average. It's all thanks to luck. You know, I failed to lose money again, and even made an extra 15,000 RMB. I want to be left alone for a moment. That patent was able to succeed because you were willing to throw money in to support the research. This isn't just luck. Every time you talk big about wanting to go bankrupt, you always pour money into projects that look like they'll lose money, but deep down, they contain the hard work and dedication of people who take their work seriously. This is precisely why you can never seem to take a loss, no matter what. The fish has taken the bait. You guys can come over now. The documents are all right here, from the cash flow statements to the overseas account information. I've organized everything thoroughly. The amount involved in the case exceeds 5,000 RMB, which is enough to meet the criteria for prosecution. Get the hell out of my sight. Where's the money? We agreed on a 50-50 split. Where is the money in the monitored account? Some woman locked it down with an account, so we couldn't touch it at all. Did you dare to double-cross me? As if I'd bother double-crossing you. If it wasn't for your crappy little scam of a business. As if I'd want to drag this out with you. Why don't you try saying that again, you? Are you guys Akuhan and Ma Dong? Who the hell are you, lady? Attorney Wynne has handed over all evidence of rights infringement and reported it to the police. Security, please coordinate with the legal department to cordon off the premises. The police are heading upstairs right now. Sorry. Could you two please stay put and not go anywhere? Today, the associate professor from Team 5's research group sent me a message. What did it say? He told me to pass along his thanks to Boss Ye. Out of all the projects I've worked on in my entire life, this is the only one that was a truly complete success. Before, I always thought you were just some lucky guy, that the experience store was pure luck, that winning the animation award was just luck too. But not with Xiao Technology. You were willing to invest time into a patent that others had long since abandoned. You even remembered the names of every single one of them. I've worked in the banking and investment industry for so many years and dealt with countless wealthy snobs. When they shell out capital, it's always to rake in cash or to boost their own status. But you are completely different. You invest with the sole purpose of burning money. Yet at the exact moment, you generously threw in 10,000 RMB. You still acted more serious than any of them. Just didn't want their hard work to go down. Drain, that's all. I understand. See you next week. System? Oh, system. Can't you just directly step in and make me go bankrupt? Already host's proposal has been received. Daily consumption limit has been increased to 5,000 RMB, while simultaneously activating a special thematic mission for you. Mission objective. Within 24 hours, conduct experiential spending with a limit of up to 20,000 RMB. I told you to help me lose money, not make me exhaust myself trying to spend this much cash. Mission objective. Within 24 hours, conduct experiential spending of 20,000 RMB. Reward. Consumption limit is retained after the mission is completed, and any excess consumption will be accumulated for next time. Applies only once. Today's incentive mechanism and a multiplier. After each completed payment transaction, the system will randomly generate a 1.5 multiplier. Multiply that consumption amount according to the corresponding factor. Recording mission progress. Bro, You're also free to visit the amusement park, here to play, or to inspect the situation. Why didn't you walk straight through the VIP entrance? Just came to play because of the system. Everyone, this big bro finally remembered today. He's still a young man. The one-day admission ticket is 198 RMB. I want to buy out the whole place. How much is it? Today I'm going to cover all expenses here. Every single expenditure from visitors should just be billed to my account. Everyone go ahead and have fun as usual. Dear customer, the number of visitors in the amusement park today is quite large, so the buyout cost will be 600,000 RMB. Detected new expenditure generated. Initiating random multiplier mechanism. Activating a 1x cashback. Recorded into mission progress. Cashback amount 600,000 RMB. Still missing 400,000 RMB from the target. It only refunded once. When on earth will I ever finish spending this money? Oh my god, we don't need to buy tickets anymore. Young and so talented, spending over 9,000 RMB without even blinking an eye. It's my first time sitting right in the very front row. Bros watching the live stream in the room today are truly blessed. Are the safety harnesses for you two feeling too tight? No problem at all. Brothers, we're about to reach the absolute peak. Down below, people look as tiny as ants. This is so epic. Big bro, how come you didn't scream at all from start to finish? It was just so-so. That highest thrill ride over there, I'll pay extra. Please make it run for 2 extra loops. All right, sir. The intensity of that ride far exceeds this one by a lot. Many people can't even handle doing just 1 loop. Understood. Adjusting the loop mode to increase by 2 turns. Are we really going to ride that thing? Just now I noticed. Her complexion did not look too good. How about we take a short rest and buy some snacks? No need. Those upside down somersaults just now completely scared the soul out of me. I've got to run to the restroom. This is literally paying money to buy myself torture. Next time, even if you beat me to death, I'm never coming back here. I need to hurry up and finish this mission. Today, I'm going to buy out every single pastry stall here, total up the expenses, and check out everything for me. Activating a 3x cashback. Cashback amount 600,000 RMB. Still 800,000 RMB away from the target. Good thing at least this time there's a multiplier. Today, all the sweets in this amusement park will be free for everyone. You guys can come over to the counter and line up to get them. Oh my god, who can be this kind-hearted? Hurry up and go grab 2 more ice creams. Big boss, look at how huge this cotton candy is. Hurry up and taste it. You eat it. Since you're the one who paid to buy out the whole place, spending money like this is taking losses way too far. Hey, aren't you interested? Sure. Over there is a horse riding area too. Let's go. Check it out for a spin. You two want to look at horses. This is a purebred warm-blood horse breed. It was just recently transported here. Buying it right now comes with a complimentary VIP experience package that even includes the title transfer paperwork. Total value is 5,000 RMB. That's a whole 5,000 RMB. Yes, sir. Our company will immediately process the complete title transfer paperwork for you. Activated a 5x cashback. Cashback amount is 25,000 RMB. Host has completed. The mission rewards have been distributed. Excess credit limits will automatically roll over. It can be used on another day. I'll go lead the horse over for you right away. Big boss, what do you want to name the horse? Fu Weng He. The Fu, as in wealth and prosperity. No matter how you take care of this horse from now on, it'll just burn money. Totally fits this name. Thanks for coming. I know you've been very busy lately. When you asked me out earlier, you said you wanted to discuss investment mindset in the tech network. I said that, but that's not entirely it. Noticed you've been helping Yelin lately, with a few projects following a new direction. Personally, how would you rate his investment style? His style has nothing to do with me. In all my years stepping foot into this industry, the investors I've met more or less share the exact same mindset, either chasing profit margins or looking for an exit strategy. Yet he is completely different. So I'm quite curious, how do you interpret this? Him versus other investors. They really aren't the same. He only cares about one single thing, how to spend all his money. Do you agree with this direction of his? Do you feel that his methods are bound to tank sooner or later? It's not yet time to pass judgment. Let's stop here for today. Thanks for your cup of coffee. I just sent the name of a company to you. Help me investigate what the current status of this company is and report back to me immediately once you have results. Understood, received. I'll send the results to you tomorrow. Cloudy mists. What is this? It's the company standing behind Fangran. She's the independent investor from that fan gathering. Yesterday, she asked me out for coffee, but it wasn't to discuss any project investments. Instead, she was probing your decisions, asking whether the projects you invested in were chosen by you yourself, or if I chose them on your behalf. How did you answer? I told her your matters had nothing to do with me. After that, I noticed there was a very strange sequence of numbers on her business card. I looked up that number sequence and found out it was linked to a consulting firm that had already been dissolved. This is definitely no coincidence. On the very day Xiaohe Technology completed its acquisition procedures, I received an anonymous text message. That phone number was a burner. What Fangran asked about was also the exact same issue. These two events happened less than a week apart. This isn't two different forces simultaneously taking an interest in your project, but rather the same group of people probing for background from two different directions. So, that's why you investigated Golden Statue Capital because of this. That's right. I'm still not certain whether they want to recruit you or what else they might be up to, but Fangran's way of testing the waters doesn't look like they want to win you over. It looks much more like they're trying to figure out your limits. Limits, you say? Figuring out under what circumstances you would refuse and what factors control your decisions. Their goal isn't to acquire you, but rather to see right through you. Once they've seen right through you, they'll be able to decide how to use you. Then just let them look all they want. Anyway, I'm just going to keep right on losing my money. Still, I'm going to keep investigating this matter. Fangran has already come after me, so no matter what I do, they've already factored me into their plans. What do you mean by that? Their eyes. I'm the person right by Yelin's side, so they assume I know everything about what you've done. If by then they discover I didn't actually do anything, they'll just think I was purposely helping Yelin cover something up. So you investigating them isn't just helping me. I'm investigating why I got dragged into this mess in the first place. What do you plan to do? We have to figure out their concrete plan. Otherwise, by the time they make their move, I might not even realize how I got schemed against in the first place. Take it that's the office key. Since you want to get to the bottom of everything, you're definitely going to need a place to work, right? I'll accept it then. Where is the representative from Golden Statue? Over there is the external consultant, newly sent by Golden Statue Capital, in charge of this acquisition. This time, he's about to officially announce that Golden Statue Capital has completed the acquisition of all equity in the tech company. We're reaping the rare metals now. It hasn't even been officially signed yet, and he's already showing off like this. Look, the R&D. Jiaokong is also present. That's today's target. What identity do you plan to use to go talk to him? If you walk over there right now, he'll think you're just rushing him to sign. Dance a dance with me. After we finish dancing, then go over there. The way he looks at you will definitely be different. Don't know how to dance. I do. Detected host preparing to make a debut on the dance floor. Activate Godspeed learning skill for dancing. Expended 300 experience points. Successfully exchanged for Godspeed learning skill. Got it, I understand. You've always been looking for genuinely failing projects. Tonight's project is an absolute steal that Golden Statue has prepped just for you. Jiaokong's technology is cutting edge, but he's terrible at raising capital and is always lacking funds to upgrade equipment. Then why was he targeted? Golden Statue poured in cheap funding and grabbed 60% of the company's shares right away. In Zhou Chengming's hands, only dry tech shares remain now. This signing ceremony is meant to scoop up the remaining related shares belonging to Jiaokong once and for all. As soon as the signing is done, this technology will completely have nothing to do with him anymore. Once Golden Statue holds 100% of the shares, they'll tear apart the core patents for profit and then directly disband the veteran R&D team. This technology assembly line devours money extremely fast. If you want to nurture the R&D Team 5, you're forced to pour in tens of millions of RMB every year, or even more than that. For several years, you might not even see any hope of breaking even or turning a profit. With this project secured, from now on, you won't even need to rack your brain trying to figure out how to burn money every single day anymore. Why not preserve the laboratory? Why have they never engaged in long-term research? It's a total stripping trap. Tonight, once Jiaokong puts pen to paper, there will forever be no chance of a comeback. Then I've got to stop this signing ceremony. Thank you all for attending. Now let's invite Mr. Shen, the representative of Golden Statue, up to give a speech. Thank you, everyone. Lately, We have discovered a technology with immense potential. Although this research team is exceptional, they lacked a solid backing. Bring their product to market. Golden Statue has decided to become that solid backing. We have now completed the acquisition and will next inject capital to bring this project into practical application. Some people think that an outsider only needs money to handle technology. But I want to say that, without accumulated experience in the industry, simply relying on capital alone will never allow anyone to monopolize this field. Are you getting ready to sign? You're the person who contacted me before and said you wanted to buy my company, aren't you? Now you've had it snatched right out from under your hands by someone else. They promised to keep my Team 5, but the condition is that we must completely obey their orders. Did you agree to it? Not yet, but if I don't sign, then 20 years of research, blood, sweat, and tears will directly rot away inside the laboratory. Don't rush to sign. You're an investor too. Since you're an investor who doesn't plunge headfirst into profits, Golden Statue wants to make quick money from selling off patents. So what are you plotting? I specialize in targeting money losers. Your technology burns cash like an absolute bottomless pit. Within the next 5 years, there is strictly zero chance of breaking even. That is amazing. I have 3 conditions. First, 100% of the funding will be sponsored by me. Second, research work is not allowed to stop, even for a single day. Third, I will not interfere with operations or carve out profits. As long as you ensure this project continues, burning money to operate, that's enough. If you accept, then we cooperate. Otherwise, consider as if I said nothing. President Shen, over there. Everything is all set. Just waiting for you to walk over. Understood. Xiaokong, please reconfirm the terms. If there are no issues, then today we can sign off on the remaining procedures. We will send people to handle the processing. You don't need to worry about a thing. Just pick up the pen and sign. Xiaokong, don't hesitate anymore. Mr. Ye, what on earth are you implying here? I simply want to lose money. That's all. Back at the banquet, you said. Technology isn't something you can just throw high prices at to create. That external capital cannot monopolize the veterans who have toiled deep in this industry for years. Yet you were about to tear apart the patents and sell them off in pieces, crushing 20 years of someone's research dedication and chilling the hearts of an entire R&D team. That right there is what truly means knowing nothing about technology. The thing you failed to monopolize was never this entire industry, but rather Xiaokong's perseverance over the past 20 years. It's the ultimate bottom line that refuses to sell out his conscience. This capital injection of ours is entirely reasonable, legal, and Langyun Technology Company has already completed its registration procedures. So Shengming used his own personal patents to increase his capital contribution share, which is completely separated from the pile of old company assets that you guys at Golden Statue just acquired. Well, the well water doesn't interfere with the river water. Since when? Right around last night, while you were busy hosting your celebration banquet and trampling all over your colleagues, Golden Statue went all out working themselves to the bone. And in the end, after dumping mountains of money, you only bought yourselves an empty shell. And last night, you even had the nerve to mock others too. I've had my eyes rolling at those bastards for a long time. Langyun Technology Company has finalized all shares and Xiaokong's patents. I've also completed the technology capital contribution filings with the Industry and Commerce Department. I've reviewed the capacities of recycling plants across the city and filtered out 3 facilities. These are all small-scale private recycling plants that run at a loss year-round. They completely lack the capability to pay technology royalty fees, and their productivity fails to meet standards all year round. They happen to fit your requirements perfectly. Then contact those 3 plants immediately, free of charge. License the entire improved technology production line to them without collecting a single penny. Burn money 100% for me. I've simultaneously arranged for the legal department to unpack the patent documents and prepare a complete technical document dossier. Previously, those large-scale recycling workshops rejected and squeezed Xiaokong. Lately, they've been constantly sniffing around for the whereabouts of the patents. This time, within the industry circles. Let's see whose hands it has fallen into. Things down there are going completely wild right now. You need me to schedule a meeting with those 3 small plants in advance. No need if we can sign them, lock it in. Even if some unexpected twist happens, it doesn't matter at all. As long as this project can spend money and burn through the limit, that's all that counts. This place is a mess now. The acquisition has failed. and Chaokong has already joined Yelin's new company. What does he plan to do next? Word has it that he intends to provide this recycling technology for free. The small plants in the city. Understood. Although I've negotiated investments before, this time I'm heading into battle all by myself. Might as well exchange for the business insight skill to guarantee safety. Are you sure you want to? Expend 800 accumulated points to exchange for the temporary skill. Business insight, 800 experience points have been deducted. Hold on a second. Don't drive off just yet. We're still 20 minutes away from the first factory zone. Understood, sir. Just follow the original route. There are only 2 production lines in the workshop, and productivity can barely lift its head, so be it. Even the channels for selling raw materials were choked to death by golden statue. Those capitalists control every single angle. Their hearts are pitch black, definitely wanting to squeeze our prices and take over my entire production line. And they, clearly, don't want to leave us any path to survive anymore. This rare metal recycling technology system has up to an 87% compatibility rate with your lines. Just a slight tweak, and it can be put into production immediately. Free to use for 5 years, and I have only one single requirement. Strictly no transferring it back to golden statue. Those golden statue bastards swallow people whole. Since you're willing to give us a lifeline, I dare to sign this. Please clear out an independent warehouse to help. Fully cooperate with the upgrades. Next week, technical staff will arrive on site for installation and test runs. Stop the car. I'm so sorry. I had some urgent business earlier, so I had to step away for a moment. My factory is small scale, basically has no money to afford any high-end tech. We're just struggling to scrape together a living day-to-day to keep the plant running, just like what we discussed over the phone. Earlier, my only requirement is strictly prohibiting the transfer of this technology to Golden Statue and their associated parties. I know the whole industry is buzzing with rumors. Everyone says you've always been kind-hearted and have previously stepped in to save many small companies on the verge of bankruptcy. Rest assured, I will definitely cherish this technology and absolutely will not let it leak out. Next week, my company's engineers will come on site to serve you without needing to spend even a single penny of any costs. Detected that this plant once had indirect contact with the Tier 2 supplier of Golden Statue Capital, recommending the host to stay alert and cautious. To be completely honest with you, my plant is barely hanging on anymore. Machinery is aging, and the recovered raw materials can only be smelted to about 60% purity, so we might not even make good use of your technology. In this town, there are so many factories. Why do you insist on choosing us? I need a low-cost workshop to run testing data, while you guys need technology to stay alive. It's simply a win-win situation for both sides. Since you've put it that way, Old Wang, you're being way too foolish. In this world, how could any pie ever drop from the sky? Free of charge technology, you say? Where would such a good thing ever come from? There's definitely something fishy here. You're a major investor who personally traveled all the way down to this tiny rustic workshop, to put it bluntly. You're probably just like those guys from Golden Statue, who came here before just to torture people. If you're not here to steal the data of our outdated production line, then you must want to shackle this workshop, work for you for free. Brother Zhang, don't talk like that. Then I'll add a 6th supplementary clause during this rare metal recycling technology handover. If normal production cannot be carried out, the licensor, myself Yelin, will fully compensate 100% of the losses for your workshop, and at the same time, I will forfeit any future right to hold you accountable or demand compensation from this factory. President Ye, are you telling the truth right now? What on earth are you plotting here? What on earth are you plotting here? I came here simply to lose money. President Ye, your vision and generosity, all of us folks in this small workshop combined, don't even measure up to a fraction of it. Here's to a happy cooperation. How could you possibly live in a house this huge all by yourself? It's close to your company, so you can stay here. Then you should just rent it out instead. Collecting rent money is way too much of a hassle. Just move in and stay here. Consider it keeping an eye on the house for me. Now that you mention it, how on earth did you suddenly get so much money? Don't you dare go doing anything shady. Rest assured, in my hands right now, I temporarily have a pool of capital that's quite well stocked for the time being. Even so, you shouldn't just throw your money around recklessly. You still haven't even paid off all your debts yet, so we still need to carefully calculate and budget our spending properly. I'll pay you rent for this place. No need, just consider it house sitting for me. and I'll pay my own utility bills. Fine, let me help you unpack and clean up. It's okay, I can do it myself. Well, once I move in here, don't you go regretting it later. The one who ends up attached and reluctant to leave after staying too long will probably be you. No way that's happening. Once I save up enough deposit to buy a house, I'll get a place of my own too. Why did you haul back this giant pile of waste paper? The company was clearing out the old archive storage room, and this stack of documents was tossed aside where nobody wanted it. I noticed the backs of the pages were still pure white and clean, so I brought them home to use as scratch paper. Does the company allow employees to casually take discarded documents home? I asked the administrative department about it, and they said it had to be sent away to be shredded and centrally destroyed anyway. Since I needed it, I just grabbed it. No need to register or log anything at all. Damn. Don't tell me you're planning to sell this for scrap metal too. This whole pile is yours, buddy. We're brothers, so don't be so polite. Haha. Then thanks a lot, brother. This doesn't belong to the standard acquisition category. It's a risk prevention clause. That is Golden Statue's exclusive copyright sales clause. When Golden Statue acquires a tech company, they never intended to mass-produce anything in the first place, but rather to blockade and lock down the copyrights, banning everyone in the industry from ever using them. They acquire them solely to make this technology completely vanish from the market. This is the unwritten rule of the tech acquisition industry. Afterwards, they completely halt research and popularization. If a technology is advanced enough, it naturally becomes a cash cow path. But if you lock this path down tightly and refuse to let others step foot into it, then your previous investments won't depreciate in value. So, you don't plan to rely on this technology to make money, but instead want to corner small companies that depend on this technology and drive them to their deaths. That's right. This contract belonging to Golden Statue is an internal core risk control document that is extremely rare to ever leak out. For you to get hold of this clue also means you've grabbed a hold of their playbook logic. It has the new workshop we invited to cooperate today. Replied yet. External cooperation environment is changing. Dynamic. The call was rejected. This is the standard capitalist blockade protocol. The other party doesn't dare talk to you because someone has issued a death sentence, strictly forbidding any shady communications. They don't just want to suspend cooperation. They want to sever all connection channels to my overland workshop in order to trap and paralyze this technology. Don't be so tense. Actually, that is a supreme taboo in this industry. Hai is currently defying all industry rules. If you cooperate with him, you're going against everyone. Director Wei, you're a smart man. You know what you need to do. Behave yourself and stay put. If you want to keep this workshop for your brothers, I understand. This workshop was originally the most eager. Why did they suddenly flip their script and act like strangers now? President, you let me personally run over there for a trip. No need. I have a way. Immediately send all technical documents directly. The technical manager working at that workshop. This matter. Just do as Yelin says. Understood. You brat who gave you permission to receive random documents. This is the core recycling technology of Langyun. Director, our workshop is saved. What on earth happened? Langyun's technology matches up to 87% with our current production lines. We don't need to replace equipment en masse, just a minor tweak, and we can put it into production immediately. The recovery rate increases dramatically too. That is amazing. With this method, the workshop will definitely be saved. Rector, what are you standing there daydreaming for? We have to seize this opportunity. That's right. Those guys from Golden Statue only know how to paint pies in the sky. How could they compare to something this real and genuine? Director. Hello, Director. Why aren't you answering your phone? Director Wei, you must have received the documents by now. Received them. Can this stuff actually be used? Someone told you that cooperating with me is going against the entire industry. They only know how to use future risks to scare and suppress you. But what I'm giving you is a genuine path to survival. We'll provide all of this technology completely free of charge, without demanding a single penny of profit. Furthermore, if the technology fails to meet standards during production and causes any losses to your workshop, I will compensate 100% of it in full. You're afraid of being squeezed out by the industry. I will shoulder the risks for you. This is what it truly means to look out for our workshop. Don't hesitate anymore. That's right, we need technology to survive. We don't need others. Handing out charity, President, ya no need to say anymore. I trust you. Next week, I will immediately adjust the production line and go all out to cooperate. Happy cooperation. He basically isn't playing by the rules at all, pulling a risk-taking stunt to absorb the workshops. In all my years in this business, I've never encountered an opponent like this. Just as the big boss predicted, ordinary blockades no longer tie him down anymore. Notify the risk control department that all of Yelin's next project movements must be fully recorded and archived. I'm begging the doctor to save my grandma. Can still scrape together money, no matter how much it takes. Your father suffers from a rare disease. It's not something you can cure just by having money. There's no permanent cure plan yet. No matter how much money you pour in the end, you'll just waste your money and still lose him. The patient's condition has suddenly turned critical, Grandma. Forget it, I don't dare look anymore. Damn it. The funding for the Rare Disease Research Center has completely cut off, and it's scheduled to shut down next month. The center has dedicated the past 12 years to continuously providing hundreds of patients with treatment and research support. The daily task limit has been raised to 16,000. This time, we'll save whoever we can save. Director High, why are people being scammed and dragged over here by you guys? This treatment plan of mine is the best one already. What equipment? You want to do business too? Do you even know the capital cost of this batch of equipment? Quote the list price for this batch of equipment and broaden this guy's horizons. How much money is still missing to fully restore the entire hospital? A total of 35,000 is needed, paid in full. You haven't even looked at the data. You're just paying it off straight away like that. Do you even know how long this batch of equipment has been used? Or simply taking advantage of a desperate situation? I've already paid. You can scram now. Hand me the detailed ledger of the remaining funding shortfall. All right. Spent 35,000 RMB, triggering a 15x cashback refund. Received 525,000 RMB. Leveling up criteria met. User level upgraded to level 4. Imperial Philanthropy Butler 0 RMB. From now on, no need to rack your brains on your own. Figure out how to complete the tasks anymore. Charity fund with this kind of function. Spending money will be so much faster. Here. Do you want to activate auto money burning for 0 RMB? Do you plan to make the blueprints public? That's right, Chaogong. High-end medical equipment and core components all depend on special metals. The current market raw materials have been completely monopolized. They strictly control the recycling channels and drive prices sky high, especially since the cost of treating severe illnesses remains toweringly high. In the end, all the pressure is dumped right onto the patients. Your technology can recycle at a low cost, breaking the monopoly. Once popularized, it will directly pull down equipment production costs and minimize the burden on patients' families to the maximum extent. In the past, I wouldn't let anyone touch this technology for fear of it being locked down and blockaded. But you are different. You are genuinely saving lives. I know very well that this technology is your life's work of half a lifetime, so I definitely won't take it for free. I will set up a lifetime research subsidy fund for you and bring you into the core technology equity system. Doing charity doesn't expect anything in return, but genuine craftsmen must never be treated unfairly. All right, these past few days, I'll stay up all night to review everything once more. Hey folks, today, there's no view count. It's dedicated exclusively to supporting medical research. Today is also the first batch subsidizing project of the fund. Next, I invite Chaokong to explain it clearly to everyone. This refined recycling technology, I spent a full 5 years polishing it. Previously, many people claimed that our technology wasn't mature enough, so it couldn't be mass-produced. In reality, it was blocked by the supply chain wall. All specialized consumable supplies previously used to be monopolized by the big players, which ordinary organizations simply couldn't afford. Now, thanks to President Yi's intervention, that barrier has been completely smashed to pieces. This technology has a very broad adaptation scope, not restricted to just a single field. The purpose of organizing this presentation is solely one, hoping to genuinely apply this solution to places where it is truly needed, striving to minimize long-term usage costs. Previously, a lot of equipment had to rely on imported materials at exorbitant prices. After use, it can now be recycled using a much less costly method. I see many people wondering why such important technological content has to be published in this format. Because academic review publishing takes a huge amount of time, whereas the medical supplies problem in frontline hospitals is piling up higher every single day. Live streaming is the fastest way to popularize it, with zero barriers, regardless of whether you have connections in the industry or not. Just click and you can watch it. However, this is not the only channel. Later on, the academic documents will be fully supplemented, and the public link is already pinned down below through a live stream. Yelin has publicly released the entire set of rare metal recycling and refining technology. Right now, public opinion across the entire internet is exploding fiercely. At this stage, public sentiment is completely leaning toward Yelin. His image is already solid. Ordinary suppression measures will find it hard to sway public opinion anymore. When there are too many branches, the main trunk won't grow properly. You have to prune away the redundant leaves so the nutrients can gather where they're actually needed, and the entire system can maintain order and stability. What he did this time is cutting away with his own hands the very leaves that we intentionally kept for so long. You mean he wants to rely on his philanthropic image, firmly plant his feet. Then we will make our move from the public opinion front, launching a public opinion manipulation tactic. No need to directly deny his technology. Just magnify a single questionable point using the slow boil method, gradually diluting his fertile grounds of public opinion. Once the soil is overrun with weeds, no matter how lush the trunk may be, it will gradually wither away. Understood? You're so unlucky. Only halfway through the movie, and you already have to work overtime. Once I get some money, I'm quitting on the spot. That's strange, I already blocked push notifications. Lindsay, this seems to be about you. I know you've been busier lately. Even though I'm not clear on what you're doing, I trust you. However, having said that, no matter how much noise there is outside, don't force yourself to shoulder it all alone. Your bros are here. You don't need to push yourself so hard. Why are you being so cheesy? Alright, hearing you talk like that feels super weird. Haha, you little punk. I'm seriously worried about you. And you're still laughing at me. What a waste of my good intentions. Not needed for now. Detected. Currently suffering a large-scale negative public opinion attack. Recommending the exchange of the public opinion reversal function. Public opinion reversal really is a hassle saver. But as long as someone keeps pulling the strings, it will bound to happen again sooner or later. Instead of passively covering up flaws, might as well let the truth speak for itself. They keep clinging to my past to smear me over and over again. Then I will pull this weakness out by the roots. Congratulations, host. All debts have been completely wiped clean. In the past, I was always suffocated by these debts. But looking back now, this was just one of countless troubles in human life. The entire donation history has been made public and can be cross-referenced across the entire internet. However, the ledger of my fund has already been sent over to you as well. Mr. Feng, there is abnormal data. A Class A debt of 5,000 RMB was paid off entirely within a few seconds. Extract all of his account transactions and analyze them item by item recently. Previously, I only saw the way he threw money around, without any systematic pattern. But looking at it now, the issue doesn't lie in his tactics, but in his patterns. His expenditures follow an extremely strict pattern. Almost every single day, numerous expenses are incurred within a fixed limit right on schedule, without missing a single day. Normal people spend according to their needs, but his cash flow is completely uniform, spending a fixed amount every day with an extremely tiny margin of error, just as if he were executing a mandatory quota. But this time, his fixed quota for each phase increased extremely high, so he casually used it to pay off debts all at once. It's possible. If that's the case, since he is forced to spend money, I will make sure he has nowhere left to spend it. After the technology was fully made public, quite a few people in the industry contacted Chaokong. People in the industry. Why is it that previously, most of the people who came asking were from the investment capital side, whose essence was wanting to carve up and split control over the technology? Whereas this time, the people coming are mostly peers, just hoping to discuss practical public welfare measures. This afternoon, Chaokong called me twice. I didn't answer the call, just texted back saying you were busy handling work. What's up? He's waiting for your final word confirming that from now on, won't need to step forward to deal with the probings and inquiries from all sides anymore. Just have you reply to him. From now on, he doesn't need to show his face personally anymore. Just let the technical team work directly. He only needs to focus entirely on technology. Understood. Have you ever paid attention to a certain word for Tiancheng? Is there something wrong? Looked up records from recent years and happened to find out that it is neither an individual's personal name, nor does it have a corresponding corporate legal entity. Take note of this. In an internal industry report from 3 years ago, these 2 words were merely handwritten. Perhaps it was just casually jotted down by whoever was taking notes. Sir, the payment system is responding a bit slowly. Let me operate it for you one more time. Let me switch to another machine. For you, cash flow transferred out of Lang Yun's account has been blocked. The reason? The system notifications all say it is currently in the process of review. Just now, the payment didn't go through successfully either. Looks like someone deliberately meddled in this. I'll head back right now to work with the channels and check. Re-examine the blocked points. Booking a table at a restaurant like this, yet coming out without even bothering to bring enough money to manage. Looking all well-dressed and dapper. Who would have thought his inner cash flow would be so tight? Isn't this guy Yelin, the one who was heavily hyped up recently for charity work and publicizing technology? What a coincidence. Maybe it was all just a show for clout, struggling just to pay for a single dinner bill. I am truly sorry, sir. Let me operate it again. See if the payment channel can go through. Warning: today's task limit has not been completed. Remaining time 19 minutes. Obstruction of task detected. Recommending activation of consumer quota reservation. This is the reward from the amusement park earlier. At that time, task quotas were exceeded, so the surplus from that day can be used for day's limit. Today's task has been completed. Activation unlocked single-use offline settlement privilege of the system has been used for the host. You're actually quite kind-hearted, aren't you? Sir, the payment has been successful. Turning your bank card to you. This time, we could temporarily blockade all of Yelin's cash flow. But even so, we still couldn't trap Yelin. All of his capital flow has returned to normal circulation. Tried reactivating the blockade order, but all operation portals have had their access stripped away. Targeting the fixed consumption quota as your breakthrough direction wasn't wrong. It's just that after this failure, this loophole will be completely sealed shut by him. From now on, in our showdowns, at the same level, we won't find any trump cards left to put pressure on him anymore. Go take a rest first, I'll handle the rest, understood? In the funds ledger, there are 5 partnering recipient sides, but all have a history of money transfers 3 times or more. The time intervals and patterns show that these are not random charity relations. They're registered addresses, and the addresses in the list of affiliated legal entities of Golden Statue completely match. They're on the very same floor, with offices right next to each other. So what you mean is, the charity fund is transferring money to recipients who share a core office with Golden Statue. No, not quite like that. I traced the trail of the money flow path of one of those organizations. 4 months ago, they once received an extremely mysteriously injected sum of money, and the transfer fee source was a dissolved subsidiary of Golden Statue. This transaction history is the sole trace left behind in the routing system of Golden Statue's old assets. In other words, this sum of money's original source flowed right out from inside Golden Statue's system. It flowed out of Golden Statue's old corporate structure. In Golden Statue's current asset ledger, they have completely wiped clean all explanations regarding where this cash flow went. However, the fund's public ledger shows us very clearly that this money flowed into the cooperative organizations and was dispersed for the medical research project. I see. Golden Statue had an old asset routing link that got disconnected, so a loophole appeared in the system's closed loop. Even they themselves could no longer track where this cash flow went anymore. This fortune that escaped their control ended up falling right into our philanthropic system. That's right, our public welfare is not wrong. Furthermore, this link still hasn't been reconnected to this day, meaning Golden Statue's control system has completely fallen outside of his control scope. So, will this link continue to expand outward any further? Yes, but the expansion direction cannot be predicted for the time being. Then let's continue observing. You've probably looked through the report as well. The profit-generating cycle of this project has exceeded the endurance limit of all investors. Right now, if the middle funding cuts off just once, all experimental data will be as good as thrown away, and everything will have to be redone from scratch. Time and again, we have completed a full round of experiments, yet not even once has it been completed under a fully intact capital supply. Every single interruption means everything goes right back to square one. How much money is needed for the initial stage? At the very least, it must be 20,000 RMB to ensure the replenishment of equipment and consumables. The later stage will require additional investment, depending on the experimental progress. I know this figure is a bit high. If the pressure is too great, we can compress the equipment update phase for now and cut down on the amount of consumables. No need to cut anything down. I am directly dishing out 50,000 RMB. Are you sure? In the short term, this project has absolutely no profits whatsoever. It will even suffer prolonged losses. What I want is precisely the more losses, the better. However, our side has just added a mandatory financial clause. Compel. Everyone in the market is scrambling for exclusive technologies. Yet you pour a mountain of money in here and instead require us to unconditionally make all achievements fully public. Why? Because it's not a tool for profiteering. The hardships of ordinary people and the collective woes of the industry are far more important than profits. Disperse the funds right on the spot, pouring everything into this research and development project. Answering the experimental process is not interrupted, even for a single second. Detected an expenditure of 50,000 RMB, triggering a 60x cashback refund. Upgrade criteria. Met user level, increased to level 5. Lord of Destruction. I'll go home and check the store later. Detected that the host is investing in a scientific research project, recommending the exchange of the Scientific Research Acceleration Privilege. Oh, how did you get in here? Facial recognition. Golden Statue's medical department and Core Research Team 5 have both completely completed their withdrawal from the organization. Originally, Dr. Leda took the initiative to contact us privately, precisely because she was unwilling to let Golden Statue's monopoly suppress her for her entire life. Her team deeply researches specialized drugs for rare diseases, yet clinical data was always locked down tightly by Golden Statue, leaving them no choice but to follow monopolistic rules. After our Xiaokong's technology was open sourced, we completely shattered the industry's unspoken monopoly rules and helped them see a new way out. Right now, they are participating in the capacity of an independent team to reach a long-term cooperation agreement with us. Just let them let go and do their work. I'll take care of all the capital. Second, the seawater desalination technology has completely taken shape, and the first batch of equipment has been successively shipped to the coastal testing area. Ever since this technology was open sourced across the entire internet, there have been many places taking the initiative to be compatible with this process. Thank goodness it was open sourced. Otherwise, how else could I burn through even more money? Moreover, we just gained another group of cooperative projects regarding new energy. The testing technology is fully compatible with Xiaokong's previous techniques. Golden Statue only holds a fraction of the material patents within the new energy sector, yet they try to rely on technology to unilaterally monopolize the entire industry. But after the two sets of technologies became completely compatible with each other, the fragmented patents in Golden Statue's hands would no longer lock down and trap this entire technological framework anymore. The project team didn't want to keep being suppressed by barriers, so they took the initiative to submit an application to join us. They hope to fully integrate into the open source system. Wang Yun doing something like this is basically officially declaring war on Golden Statue. The blockade of core channels has already been completed. Low-value livelihood sectors haven't been brought into the control group yet. Those are nothing more than cushion layers left behind for weaklings. That's all. Now someone is actually using this cushion layer to leap across the chessboard. Quite interesting, huh? However, the cushion layer is the tolerance of order, not a trump card for them to step all over. Order commands and compliance restrictions within the industry have taken effect. The entire industrial chain, across every aspect, has been completely blockaded. All cooperative contractors have received industry-wide association notices demanding the termination of all cooperation and guarantees. With Lang Yun, an order breaker, deserves to be permanently eliminated from the game. President Yi Something big has happened. Golden Statue has teamed up with the entire industry to complete a closed-loop blockade. All registered manufacturers in the industry have put us on their blacklist, and our testing spots have completely lost their connection channels. Connection channels, meaning, didn't I previously sign to buy 3 abandoned factories some time ago? You mean those discarded factory zones that you bought up for cheap before? Why are they still operating normally right now? Yes, at the time President Yi said they were going to sit empty anyway, but we might as well keep them running to burn through money faster. Thus they've kept running up until now. You see, those are factory zones on the verge of being phased out, so they never joined any industry associations of any industry, and they are completely not on the control list of Golden Statue either. These 3 factory zones are precisely the only loopholes right now that help us dodge the blockade order. Now that's truly making the best use of everything. In that case, turn on full capacity for production to connect with the testing spots understood. Under the guise of integrating industry resources, its essence is leveraging absolute advantages from the blockade order to harvest high-quality assets at dirt-cheap prices in order to complete the monopoly loop. Playing pretty ruthlessly, huh? This round, not only must we save the strike situation, but we must also disrupt the opponent's harvesting rhythm. As long as our philanthropic system continues to operate, the opponent's monopoly acquisition plan cannot be closed. Therefore, at the upcoming bidding convention, it's best that we avoid being directly dragged into the upper echelon capital war. Otherwise, we will participate. But if we jump into this game, we won't have any profitable advantages whatsoever, only burning money for nothing. Precisely because of heavy losses, that's why I have to go. Hung Yun directly used last year's factories, using their system at full capacity to provide free equipment to the testing spots, exploiting the system's loopholes, and using the distribution of public benefits as a cover to shatter the rules. This is definitely way more interesting than mere commercial confrontations. The convention is about to begin. This move by the opponent will preserve a lot of vitality for small and medium-sized enterprises among the populace, posing an extremely huge obstacle to our integration plan. A loophole that could be exploited once or twice doesn't mean we can rely on sheer luck forever. The next step is clear. The quota is increasing faster and faster now. Quickly help me step up the money-burning intensity and invest comprehensively into all kinds of projects. There's an emergency situation. Golden Statue has launched a series of lawsuits over patent infringements, targeting our water treatment, new energy, and medical sectors. They are simultaneously filing lawsuits on all 3 fronts. Looks like the opponent wants to force us to stop providing open source code, forcing us to halt the provision of open source code, while also applying pressure on the medical team that just split away, compel them to return to Golden Statue's system. Not only that, Golden Statue has also synchronized and linked with financial institutions across the entire internet, freezing all of our philanthropic donation records and all free equipment subsidy distribution channels completely. I've already handed it over to the legal department to handle. It won't work. Ordinary lawsuits are useless. They aren't doing this to win the lawsuits at all, but rather to block our escape routes. System exchange for me. The global patent coverage privilege. Consuming 50,000 experience points. Exchange successful. Global patent coverage privilege. Hello, yes. Everything has been completely resolved. How on earth did you do that? An ordinary commercial legal department is absolutely incapable of leveling these rules. There is a power on him that lies outside commercial logic of the real world. Could it be Tiancheng? Bro, stop staring at me like that all the time. It's just a mild infection. An IV drip for a few days, and I'll be completely cured. You don't need to worry so much. Even a small illness is still an illness. Who wouldn't want to be healthy? Nobody wants to suffer like this. Just received an emergency message across the entire line. Golden Statue has targeted our open source medical system and launched an encirclement, ultimate siege in every aspect. They are monopolizing distribution channels, smearing our open source clinical data, completely denying our medical research achievements, and isolating our medical team on all fronts. If this continues, impoverished patients at the very bottom, along with those suffering from rare diseases, will completely lose their affordable treatment channels. This was originally just commercial competition. They really have to push it to such a ruthless extreme. What they are blockading isn't my project, but the lifeline of ordinary people. System exchange for me. the Global Audit Immunity Privilege. Privilege activated global audit immunity. This time, it was also your doing right. Naturally, the anomalous power upon him and the Tiancheng rule system that I hold are opposing forces, moving in opposite directions, yet sharing the exact same origin. The company is laying off staff en masse, and I got fired too. Word is it's due to scaling down business segments, most likely, because the upper stream is cleaning up the market. Come over to my place. Lang Yun always has a spot for you. Not bad, you even opened your own company now. You're super busy, huh? Sudden abnormality detected. All enterprises that are compatible with our technology have had their cash flow recklessly intercepted and held back. I stayed up all night tracing the source backward, and all of the intercepted cash flows ultimately flowed into a single identical encryption gateway. If it were a normal encirclement, the money would flow into the rival's account. But this time, all the cash flow completely evaporated at the very end. I mentioned the phrase Tiancheng once before. Now I'm asking you again. Do you know what that thing is? Give me 2 minutes. You were right, that wasn't a random event. You possess a system. Then we must immediately audit the opponent's loophole right now and actively sever this connection chain. We cannot let these two pathways have opposing directions, yet be born from the exact same structure. Reviewed all financial data since Lang Yun was first established. Every single time you purposely caused financial losses, the industry's increased capital source would automatically flow toward some certain origin. At first, I thought you were pushing the entire industry to develop, but looking at it now, this model has an extremely fatal loophole. The system's pathway and those strings, with unknown destinations, are like connection channels hooked up together. Whatever you do on this side, his side will automatically complete a fully reflected counterpart exactly like it. Don't you feel like your own system is like it's constantly raising something else instead? Therefore, people keep thinking they are just a tiny bit away from ultimate wealth. But in reality, right from the very start, they were already neatly trapped within someone else's rules. The system's indefinite pathway from before, its source, actually turned out to be right at Yelin's place. Lang Yun is speeding up the progress, synthesizing composite materials at a pace much faster than anticipated. Continue maintaining the pressure. The larger he swells up, the more we get to absorb. Golden Statue has comprehensively linked up to block all industrial escape routes, choking off all supply chains tied to Lang Yun. All of our cooperative projects have been frozen completely. Not only that, they also teamed up with regulatory authorities to simultaneously launch safety re-inspection procedures. Every cooperative partner is being forced to suspend work to forcibly enter a 180-day prolonged safety review. All online articles are simultaneously steering public opinion, claiming that open source medical care hasn't passed long-term clinical verification and that the community's life safety should not be turned into a commercial experimental pawn. They are using unarguable righteous-sounding rhetoric, cut off the public's trust in Lang Yun. Our production line just barely got ready to operate when it got suspended, forced to undergo a re-inspection from scratch. Is this nitpicking, or are they deliberately targeting us? What documents do we need? We always strictly comply with regulations, yet to wait for a re-audit would take at the very least 3 weeks. Immediately establish a special task force, urgently compile all documentation, and go. Furthermore, issue a written commitment letter sent to all suspended facilities, stating that all losses during the production downtime will be fully paid for by Lang Yun. President Yi, with so many losses, will our capital. My original purpose was precisely to burn money. However, the partners following Lang Yun do so because they trust us. I can shoulder the losses, but I absolutely cannot let the people who trusted me unjustly suffer undeserved infamy. Lang Yun's system-wide losses continue to climb. A normal person in danger would shrink back to self-preserve, yet he stubbornly goes against the grain, judging by the current rate at which losses are increasing. Even if he also holds a special rule of the same level in his hands, there is simply no way he can fill this financial loophole that is continuing to close deeper. Tomorrow's bidding convention. Let's see whether he can pass this hurdle or not. At that time, it will naturally become clear. Still not enough. I have even more money. Days have already passed, yet it's still stuck at 99%. Look at how much I've already spent. So why is there still not a single bit of movement? This is the final draft regarding the procedures for tomorrow's bidding convention at 9:00 a.m. bidding will officially open, and all documents. At 9 a.m. bidding will officially open, and all documents, legal status and participation qualifications are all ready, and we can cope with any variables at the scene at any time. Today's task: voluntarily donate all private assets under the host's name. Donate everything. Return everything back into public resources to give back to the market and the laborers at the bottom layer. If I donate everything, won't I just go right back to those days? Like before, you have a food delivery order about to run overdue. Please save me one last time. Grandma is still waiting for her medical treatment money. It was so hard for me to finally drag myself out of the muddy swamp. On what grounds are you forcing me to return? With empty hands, just like when I first started. Thank you for never having anyone put so much expectation into us. Doing charity doesn't expect anything in return, but the sweet fruits of those who silently dedicate themselves must absolutely not be let down. I have tasted all kinds of bitterness and hardship, which is why I don't want others to suffer, just like I did anymore. So what if I have empty hands? At worst, I'll just start all over again from scratch. I can return to being flat broke, but the pro-people system that I have built can absolutely never collapse. The order that I established absolutely does not allow anyone to destroy it. Where are the folks from Langyun and Golden Statue? Chances are their capital chain snapped completely. Who knows? That's highly possible. A while ago, Langyun emptied their pockets to shoulder the entire damaged area. The losses were terrifyingly huge. Golden Statue also continuously manipulated on multiple fronts, consuming an extremely massive amount. Who knows, maybe both sides suffered losses, amounting to colossal sums overnight, and unable to figure it out. They just vanished without a trace. There is an emergency situation at the scene. There are currently only 15 minutes left before the industry-wide bidding convention officially begins. The two core entities in this showdown are the head of Langyun Group, Yilin, and the power holder of Golden Statue Group. Both of them are simultaneously absent from the convention hall. Looking back at the competitive landscape within the industry, recently, both sides have continuously had multiple rounds of intense clashes across every front. This tug-of-war dragged on for a whole month, yet in this crucial decisive moment, they are simultaneously absent. Truly an extremely unusual outcome. Could something have happened, I wonder? Big Boss could never just suddenly disappear without reason. There must have been some kind of crisis we can't possibly interfere with. He's finally arrived. For an important occasion like this, he actually dared to wait until the last 3 minutes before showing his face. Didn't rumors say his capital chain snapped and he ran away? It doesn't look like anything's wrong with him at all. Why did you suddenly lose contact like that? They're making a huge fuss that Langyun is facing a major crisis. What on earth happened? Sorry. I overslept, and my phone was on silent mode, so I didn't hear the alarm clock. Bankrupt Golden Statue is completely done for. A top-tier capital manipulating giant got wiped out and reset back to absolute zero overnight. All assets and legal ownership rights have been completely cleared out. This is impossible. It absolutely cannot be like this. Leader, we've lost everything. I can return to being flat broke, but the pro-people system that I have built can absolutely never collapse. Congratulations to the host for passing the ultimate trial and upgrading successfully. Assets were not wiped out at all. On the contrary, they are continuously increasing instead. The host's current level 6. Counter-directional God of Wealth. Unlocked level 6 shop. Unlocked global breakdown privilege. Unlock the global breakdown privilege. Unlocked maximum level exclusive privileges. Maximum level exclusive privileges received are as follows. Permanent mental composure. Creating an unshakable mindset. Permanently immune to being devoured by capitalist obsessions. Everlasting public value. All profits of the system will permanently flow backward to the grassroots. Classes no longer monopolized by any single set of rules anymore. Is that true? System shop has been refreshed. Does the host want to take a look? It automatically takes the assets that were harvested and returns them to ordinary people. This is pretty sweet. But right now, I don't need this yet. Come to think of it, I chose to empty everything and got an upgrade. So what if I had chosen not to empty everything? What would the outcome have been? I wonder. The order that I painstakingly established absolutely does not allow anyone to destroy it. Mission failed. Preparing to completely wipe out all of the host's private assets and industries. Ownership rights and profits, what the heck? Don't joke around like that. On what grounds do you dare to erase my stuff? The centralized system is carrying out verification, proceeding to freeze the entire zone. Capital sources in public and private accounts are being cleared out. Personal real estate asset liquidation progress at 100%. All of the host's private assets and industries, along with the capital flow rule authorities, have been thoroughly erased. Losing money. Huh, you tell me. Since things have turned out this way, let's just settle it like that, big boss. This is the certificate. Revoking Golden Statue's legal entity status and liquidation list. I used to think that as long as I mastered the rules, could hold everything in the palm of my hand, but I never expected that. This system was actually just a shackle used to filter out responsibility. After all, you go. I want to be in peace by myself. System issuing 200,000 RMB startup capital. The host must earn 100,000 RMB per month through legal channels. If the target is not met, all private assets will be confiscated, and simultaneously, 90% of all income for the rest of your life will be automatically deducted, be transferred to public welfare organizations. Beach here is really clean. The sky is completely blue too. It's truly unexpected that we'd actually get a day to relax on a vacation like this. No matter how much money you have, you shouldn't waste it. These aluminum cans can still be taken away to be recycled. So throwing them around randomly like this is such a waste. Hey, Mike hasn't been finished drinking yet, you know. Aunt and uncle, wait for me a moment. I have to go find a storage bag. Let me help you out. When people get rich, they are busy enjoying life. Whereas I have to worry every single day about how to lose money. Right now, all technologies have had their source codes fully opened, and all industries operate for the public benefit. Everything has turned out just exactly the way you wanted. The industrial sector can be considered completely finished, but this system refuses. Let me sit in peace, doesn't it? The newest daily destruction quest has been issued. Day's basic spending quota has been adjusted and increased to 300,000 RMB. The time limit is 24 hours. If not completed on time, tiered system punishments will be activated. 300,000 RMB. Just want to burn through my money and live in peace. When on earth will these miserable days ever end? Good grief.